Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Data Anomaly Hunter's Scar, Season 1, Episode 4, Lights, Camera, Investigate. This is one of our Digimon tabletop RPGs being run with our custom Scar system, or Stories and Creatures in Alternate Realities. The system is available in open playtest, so you guys can go check it out through our Discord, or it is now on itch.io. So go take a look at it, let us know what you think. But for now, we're going to go ahead and start with introductions, beginning with Zerda.
Hi, I'm the storyteller for the session. I was unfortunately able to pop in a session last week, but this week I'm ready to go and happy to be here. And I think, is it Arcus that goes next?
It is.
Hi, I'm Gimund, and I'm playing Arcus, the electric basic Harrismon. Onto the Yashu.
Hello everybody, I am Razim, and I am playing as Aether, the Labramon, God of Death, Lord of Evil, and general menace to all of everything. Mahaha! Off to you, Haboku.
Hello, y'all. I'm IDDoThings, or Ido if you prefer, and I will be playing Haboku, the Lugamon, and Necrotic Fire. He's a Zomboy. Okay, onto the Jace.
Hello, I am Drunk Dragonera. I'll be playing Jace, the Black Gillimon X Shadow Mythic type, and currently wondering how the hell he ended up surrounded by a bunch of children. Kotora.
Hello everybody, I'm Raharu and I'll be playing Kotora, the mythic fire type Gabumon. And he's just kind of astounded at what happened last session. Very impressive. Onto you, Riv.
Hello, I am Tadius, and I'll be playing Riv, the mythic water-type Vorvamon. He is ice-based, and he has ideas. He wants to try things.
Hooray. Wait.
Why are you saying hooray? It's Riv.
I think that's why he did the wait.
A generous bestowal.
IDDoThings tipped $10, Razim coins.
You know we're used to this when we all just kind of waited for this to start.
Yeah, literally, I didn't bother moving to the recap. So, thank you, Ido. That's the first tier of the tip goal completed. Thank you, Raijin. That's the second tier of the tip goal completed.
Raijin tipped $15, Duke.
A generous bestowal.
Yep.
We'll just wait through these. It's okay.
Yep.
5 tipped $10, Gabuman noises.
Gabooman.
I like that.
Gabooman. Sounds like my father trying to say Pokemon names when I was a kid. That was a long time ago.
Truly, this is the dankest dungeon.
Darren Cat tipped $5.
Thank you, Raharu. Thank you, Vari. That is the third tier of the tip goal completed. Anything more? Or shall we get to the recap? I think we're safe. for the moment.
Oh,
Probably not, but, you know. For recap! Who did it last time?
It was
A generous
me.
bestowal.
Gimund underscore tipped $10. Tradition.
Well, since you were last for the tradition, Gimund, go for it. Thank you for the tip. That is the tip goal fully completed, everyone. You guys are crazy. Thank you.
I couldn't resist.
I had a feeling.
Anyway, last time, we made our way out of the city on a mission to investigate the town affected by strange rain. And once we made our way out of town, we saw some various things, but then eventually as we were walking, there was suddenly a crack forming in the road that turned from small to medium to large to very large. Yeah, and down below looked like glitch data, and Jace and Asher were forced to one side, and Arcus, Haboku, Kotora, and Riv were on the other. Riv flew up to investigate a little bit about what just happened and found out that near the bottom was actually a tunnel of some sort. So Riv flew over to Asher and Jace's side and informed them of that after informing the rest of us. And it was decided to send Asher as a messenger back to town to inform Kiga about the situation, or just the town in general. And after an exhausting 3 miles back and forth both ways, so 6 miles in total.
You broke out for a moment there.
Where did I break out?
When discussing the distance length time thing.
Oh, it was, I believe, 6 miles in total, going and back. And a very exhausted Asher returned. It was supported by Jace. Then after a little bit, he continued down the road and eventually came across a old mushroom-mon pulling a cart. And after some various talkings, we found out that his son wasn't exactly in the best situation. So, and we needed a place to stay for the night. As staying outside with glitch stuff is not exactly the best idea. Especially after the crack. So, as we went back with the Mushroom-mon to his home, because a little bit back, going a bit back a little bit, but mainly we were trying to prevent the Mushroomon from pulling the cart because, one, he was not up to the task, and the glitch crack that had formed would have really impacted him. So I believe Riv and the others tried to persuade him not to go and instead offered money that would have basically covered the selling of his crops that he would have gone to town for. But he was definitely a little stubborn, but in the end we did manage to convince him. And we went to his house in exchange for a promise that we wouldn't freak out when we saw his son. And upon reaching his house, we discovered that his son had been affected by the glitch in a way that both of his arms were missing. And Arcus was acting a little strange at this by seemingly normal expression, but shaking. And Asher basically ran a diagnosis on gosh dang it, Whiskers.
Wait, what did Whiskers? Oh, that.
Gently lift Whiskers out of kennel. Applies the hugs. We have new home for you, friend. You live with me now. How Whiskers got adopted.
Oh. Anyway. And then after Asher did some diagnosis, he by utilizing his defrag refrag and basically pixelating him across the room after getting his permission to do so. And then after doing his diagnosis, reforming him back into his normal state, had an idea of utilizing the tree, one of the trees outside that has been with the family, the Mushroomon family, for a little while, or a while rather, and got the idea to use data from that tree to form temporary limbs for the old Mushroomon's son. And I believe we left off, like, with Kotora cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Helping the old Mushroomon cook dinner.
I think we're also given the picture to help with the investigation on what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Kotora grabbed the picture because he's pretty sure the picture had something to do with Mushroomon getting affected by the glitch. We just don't know how exactly that is. And he said that maybe Regiri, who is our contact in the series, might know since he's a cameraman after all.
Okay. And you're all sitting at the dinner table. There is mostly since the farm itself is host to less meat sources but more vegetable sources. Is there any particular dish, Kotora, you would like to think that you would like to make for everyone?
Nah, what kind of vegetables does the farm have?
It'd be more on the kind of similar farmland. There are a lot of wheat due to various grains and the like. Some various exotic fruits that are in the area, though they're more unknown to you. But some of them taste like grapefruit, oranges, and a peach or two, is to the most closely resemble it. And there seems to be a wide array of various leafy greens that have been cultivated, though the stocks of the vegetables have been a little bit lower since they haven't been able to properly gather all the ingredients. The ingredients that the person was going to bring to the city is enough to easily have a dinner for you all.
Hmm. With wheat, with wheat, I could probably make some pancakes. By turning it into flour.
Yeah.
That's all,
Mhm.
folks.
And of
God.
course, Vari is the
No.
first one to play that
What was
card.
Water meal.
We have been
No.
granted Wander Meal.
What is a wonder meal?
It's
I
a
have no
meme
idea.
from my game. Long story short, Wander Meal is basically flour with some flavoring, and it's used as a ration for emergency cases because it keeps forever. The problem is it has the nutrition of a cardboard if that cardboard had no nutrition. You will literally starve on it if you eat nothing but it for a week. So it's a rolling meme because Vari continues to buy it in every campaign and keep a stockpile in it of this stupid stuff. And
tries
just
to
drives the
offer it to
party
everybody.
up the wall with it. Yep.
So what?
To be
what does
fair,
I was just gonna ask, what does the card do?
So one of
Uh,
us here in the party now has a Wander Meal bar, which is a bar of uncooked flour that's flavored, basically.
That is definitely not
That
something
is
Kotora would make.
That is oddly appropriate for this situation. That's oddly enough extremely appropriate for this situation.
It would be,
Funnily
but
enough.
it would be, but Kotora, I don't think Kotora would cook something like that.
I would say that you would probably be given this as like emergency rations for the future. I would probably say that you would, as a
Oh no.
reward for helping them, they would provide you with a few of these bars in order to help sustain you all. It's kind of like the old man who doesn't really, it's the old man. He just, he's like, back in my old day, this is like a staple of my, youth, and he's like, you all need this
Oh
for
my
your
God.
travels.
Sorry, Zerda. Whiskers.
He says he'll have
Wow.
none of it. You all will have some wonder meals, because back in his days, it used to keep his ancestors alive, and it's been a recipe passed down from ancestor to ancestor.
Okay, fair enough. But with the rest of the flour, Kotora would cook some pancakes for everybody.
And with the pancakes, you see, while you make the pancakes, the father with their expert skills are able to make up some beautiful preserves, as well as some of the ones that they've had stored. And you have various fruit preserves for toppings for this. No honey to be had, but enough sugary, fruity fruits to keep more than enough sweetness to anyone's tongue.
Nice. He'll make sure to definitely put some sugary stuff on Asher's one.
As long as it's not green colored, he'll eat it. Also, I have updated the tip goal. If you guys want that colored. And I will use it for the card icon.
Jace is going to slowly reach into his pocket and pull out a thing of green food coloring. Then decide against it because he doesn't want his son to starve or try to eat one of those Wander Meal bars because those are not food.
Back in my day, these wonder balls used to keep my ancestors traveling for miles. Miles, one of these bars could last you 10 miles each. If you just take some time, I swear it'll keep you young'uns full.
But didn't most people that ate those things after a certain amount of days starve to death anyways?
They starved to death because they ran out of the wonder meals, not because they had too much of it. Gonna-
Opens field
There
guide,
was never-
turns the wander meal page. Definitely not food, closes it.
There wasn't a single wonder meal found on anyone that starved to death, and that should tell you enough.
Gleaming
But anyone
endowment.
coming back to town had plenty of wonder meals left.
They're in captivity
Of course.
for $4.
Of course. Furry would complete that. Just instantly.
Yep.
This is a very odd. That's a full commission's worth of wonder meals.
You don't understand Vari's commitment to the bit that is and has been Wander Meal in all of my games for at least the last 2 years.
I see.
This is not an old joke. This is one that's been around for a while now.
I feel
Here's-
like I feel like Osmond is picking up nature type so that way he can do things like gather ingredients for Wander Meal.
Just to read its official Pathfinder entry, this tough dried cake is a halfling invention made from flour, water, and spices. Water meal keeps for months without spoiling, travels well, and fills the belly. However, eating it for over a week without any other nutrients requires the eater to make a fortitude saving throw of 15 plus 1 for each additional day or be sickened. This effect ends 1 day after nutrition food is eaten. The prices or the listed price for a day's worth of food. So literally you start to starve to death.
So it's basically a candy bar with no nutrition whatsoever. Weird.
Except
It's
made
like
out of just flour.
that. It's like that bread from like Lord of the Rings, whatever that. I forget whatever that whatever
Lambus
that
bread.
elven.
Lambus bread.
What is it? Lantis
Lambus
bread.
bread.
Yep.
Well, no, doesn't that actually have nutritional value? Like, isn't that actually really good for you?
Yeah,
Isn't it just like
one
a fancy
bite of it.
like? Isn't it just like a fancy saltine cracker?
No, it's actually magical.
Yeah, one bite of it fills your belly for a grown man for an entire day and feeds him.
Or for a hobbit,
See, we just have-
about 2 hours.
We have a knockoff that bread. It's the discount, it's the bread you have at home. But yeah, so you may. I was gonna say, you all are enjoying your dinner. If you have any discussion needs at dinner time, otherwise, I will say that, like I said, there is appropriate amounts of beds of the like there. But I will give everyone a chance to talk over dinner if you would like. And Kotora has made you very fantastic pancakes and has provided them. Give me a cooking check just to see how well these pancakes are performing.
Yeah, one moment.
Haboku is just sniffing at the wall under Mill Bar, and probably not getting any scent or anything recognizable from it.
Arcus is pocketing it for future travels.
Jace is actually legitimately tempted to dyeing it green.
Okay, I have an automatic success with this because I have what you would call it, reliable craft.
Apparently, you have a lot of success with it. The very duality there with your dice.
Oh, God. What is happening with Discord or my net?
I think
it's
Discord's
all
having a
Discord.
moment.
Okay, yeah, it's
It's just
Discord.
Discord itself.
Yeah, that's Discord for sure.
Yeah.
The lovely red is
success.
signal.
Okay, that's 5 for
Oops,
cooking.
that was percentile. Oops, I accidentally rolled percentile dice. 1 second. You outperform cooking of the older man by great lengths. Not too much, as he tries to show you some things in the kitchen. You do learn a little bit about cooking from them, though your skills and his simple way of living is far under what you would, and you end up showing him things that he didn't even know he could use with his own cooking, as you kind of teach him essentially the spices and flavors that can be injected into food, whereas he was keeping everything mostly on a humble, almost Amish level of maybe a little bit bland outside of the foods itself, and you're able to teach him how to cook a little bit better.
Kotora is happy about this.
This, I never really cared much for flavor myself, but if this is what the young people want, then maybe I'll try adding more spices and flavors. Usually back in my day, salt was the only thing you'd flavor anything, and if you didn't like the flavor, you would add more salt.
I see. Interesting.
Okay, and he says, I'll go ahead and, like I said, he'll say, if you want, since I am one of the towns, well, I do sell food every now and then. I'll even give you. What would you like to name this? And he like pulls out like some of the jam that he like was spending all this time like mashing, and you can see his son was trying to help, but his very large arms are kind of hard to like mash the smaller fine pulp of the fruits. And he pours some of this like exotic fruit preserves over the pancakes, and he's like, what would you like to call this? If I have your permission, I'd like to try selling this sometime whenever people come around.
Well, they're just pancakes, but
These are your pancakes, my boy. You made these, and therefore you put what is some names other than ingredients mixed together? Everyone likes to have names for things. You can name these pancakes.
Kotora is rubbing the back of his head and looking like he's thinking. Okay. How about you call them fiery pancakes? Because the flavor is on fire.
Fiery pancakes have been added to world lore. Perfect. I'll have these, and I'm sure maybe the young people will enjoy these and maybe start, well, enjoying the finer flavors and kind of taste it. I have to admit, even though it's unconventional from what I'm used to, at least maybe they'll enjoy it.
I hope
They'll gonna note it down.
I hope they do. I like when people enjoy my cooking.
Maybe by the next time you'll be here, you'll see it in every restaurant in town. He kind of gives a softer laugh, not really a serious laugh, more just a softer laugh at that.
Kotora nods and just chuckles as well. Well, I hope everybody likes the pancakes.
Yeah,
You've
they're
presented
good.
the pancakes to everyone. Yep, go ahead. It has a faint hint of dragon fruit and peaches for the jam, though there's a little bit of spicy kick to it from some peppers that they grew.
Well,
I,
Haboku
hut,
Toe
hut,
digs it
hut.
big. Haboku will dig in after failing to acquire any scent from the Wonder Meal. Oh, and just as they go on onto the pancakes.
Yep, Riv would almost immediately start eating because his favorite food is his brother's cooking.
Kotora is happy about this. And he sits down and begins eating as well as he's just looking at the others just to see how they react to his food.
I'm sure Asher will be eating with gusto, happily enjoying it.
Jace is going to be kicking back, and then he'll eat it slowly, but he's still kind of giving the old man that look like, no wonder you're not used to flavor. You eat wander meal, and intentionally eats water meal and enjoy it for some reason. His inner monologue is judging the heck out of this old man.
You see him put some of the fruit preserves on top of the Wonder Meal and then eat it like a cracker with like jam on top.
Jace is just going to slowly turn himself to face another direction now. Judgment over. This guy's an idiot. Wander meal is not food. So this is what it's like to be on the other side of this, not being sitting there as a GM watching one of my players torture the other players.
I mean, look, if nothing else, you won't have to worry about it in WoW traditions just because Nova will just eat this stuff and not care.
I am waiting for the moment that Vari is playing a character who will actually dislike Wander Meal.
You really think that's going to be possible?
Vari has already stated that Wander Meal is horrifying to him because the theme is that he's a cook and Wander Meal is not food.
Oh.
Interesting.
Honestly, after the if there's no discussion to be had over the or just if there's just general discussion over the meal of the day's events and the like, he would have you to all. He's not really used to having as many as he mentions that the inns in town have much greater accommodations for everyone, but he has more very light accommodations as he's not used to having more than just 1 or 2 people stop by. But he'll try to even get as many of the blankets as he can. Some of you will end up having to get bed sheets as blankets, as he doesn't have any extra. There's just too many of you all to have enough blankets for everyone. But he'll even like take the sheet covers and stuff and try to give everyone to at least be able to wrap up in that over the night. You have enough. Luckily, he has enough straw or the like in the barn to be able to provide enough pillowing for everyone, enough to at least provide a decent rest for everyone. Giving, though I will say the grandfather does specifically give Asher his own pillow off of his own bed, as well as the grandson as well will give you those pillows just to make sure you have maximum comfort, as they are extremely grateful to Asher for being able to do what they did.
Asher will kind of shake his head. No, this is fine.
Are you sure it's the least we can do? You should just have a throne of your own.
Oh no, I'll have that eventually, but for now, I can just sleep on Jace.
I would protest this, but I'm kind of used to it.
Well, then we'll make Jace a little bit more comfortable as well then. And he'll hand Jace the pillows. If you're going to be sleeping for 2, you should at least get a more comfortable sleep then.
Oh, I'll be fine. Just let me sleep on the couch.
Very well, very well. And he'll kind of like go, even though like you're clearly a grown adult, he'll still try to like go over to like put the covers over you, like he's tucking you in. There you go, nice and warm for the night.
I'm just gonna let the old man do it. I'm not gonna stop him. I have a feeling if you try to stop him too many times, it's gonna get weird.
You see him, and then you almost see a very sense of like, you see just a genuine smile on his face as he kind of tucks you in, without just kind of almost like it's almost something he's done so many times, but he kind of looks like he just kind of seems very happy to do it. And then he'll tuck you in and then have his own nightly slumber as he'll go back to his room.
Would Riv be able to ask for the picture in order to keep inspecting it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
Kotora will give
who has it at the moment?
Kotora has it, and Kotora will give it to him.
All right. I didn't know who actually had it at the end of things, so
Mhm.
figured I'd
Also-
ask.
Yeah.
Quick stream note, everybody. Apologies for the audio quality. Unfortunately, we have no control over that. It is Discord's end. They're
Yeah.
having issues,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
It's
note it
running
for the
ready, yeah.
recording and everybody watching and stuff. Just wanted to note that.
When
We're
Rip
not
asked,
just letting this go on because this is just happening.
yeah, when Rip asked for the picture, Kotora will give it to him happily. Here you go. I knew you'd want to like investigate it eventually.
Yeah. Thanks, Kotora.
First. Do you need anything else before bed?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I got all my stuff with me. I have the thing. Gonna be taking notes on it. No, I don't have anything else I need. I'm just gonna be up doing stuff for a little bit longer before going to bed.
Okay. I'll just stay nearby until you go to sleep, and then I'll do myself.
Okay. And Riv is going to go nearby to where Arcus is, just wherever Arcus is staying in here.
Yeah. Arcus is. He's definitely setting up his bed.
Are you setting up 1 or 2 beds?
One. Actually, I'll roll a percentile. High, he's setting up 2. Low, he's setting up 1.
3. Nice.
3. Lamau.
He's setting up one then.
He sets up half of one. It's just a little pedestal that he just drapes over.
What would you like to say to Arcus, Riv?
Yeah. Riv is gonna go. Hey Arcus. So I wasn't able to get much off of the initial scan, but I do still want to try and figure out whatever was going on with you with the shaking and all that. So, do you mind if I check on some things tonight? Like it's not gonna be like invasive. You have to do anything. I'm just letting you know that I want to try and do it.
Okay.
It's vague. Let me look at you vibes.
Hey, if Arcus doesn't want to ask for more detail, I mean. I mean, to be fair, it is Riv, so like he is also going to obviously tell Arcus everything he finds.
Kotora is just on the corner, just observing this and just shaking his head because he knows that Arcus is just going to. Arcus doesn't know what he has set himself up to.
You know
All right.
not what you've done. You've messed with the natural order.
Riv is first going to study the picture to see if it just to make sure if it did properly update again to the guy's correct status as having the wood arms now.
If you look, the picture actually does not have it updated. Whatever the data in the picture seems to still have it's almost kind of like, as you stare at it, it's almost kind of like looking at a mirage. Or even kind of like an optical illusion. Like it's almost like you can see the glitch almost moving within the photo, though. Like as you try to follow it, it seems like it's still and moving at the same time. You're not really too sure if it is just a still picture or if it is moving, or you're not sure if it's the eyes. But it definitely does look almost like a mirage, as if the data that is obviously lost from the photo is still indeed lost. The arms themselves were replaced with a different type of data that was temporary, but the data that was associated with their arms is still out there.
Yeah, he just wanted to see if the data would be like automatically self-updating to anything in relation to the person in question, or if it was or if it wouldn't take it into account. So it's currently not taking into account that he has prosthetics on.
Not in any light at all.
All right. So he's going to go ahead and you did say that, like, you know, the glitch energy is not it isn't really being like obviously traceable throughout, but he can tell that it's like moving and shifting around, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like you can tell it is somehow connected to something, but you're not really too sure what. You get the strange, it's almost like a sensation a little bit, like you can tell that the picture is connected in some way, but it's almost like it's like an invisible thread almost. It's more of an aura feeling than anything, as you can tell that there is something wrong with the photo that is actively wrong with it, not just like stationary. Like, there is something actively wrong with it, but you're not
Okay.
able to pinpoint anything.
Cool. In that case, could he roll some sort of appraise, investigation, or perception to try and see if he can determining at least where, like, if there is a focal point link in this photo, or if it's just the entire photo in general?
Yeah, go ahead and give me an appraisal.
Appraisal? Okay, cool. Grab this.
The duality.
The duality, yeah.
Is that
You know, this is
3?
slightly. I'll use a soul. That turns it into a
Guessing
4.
that's in the 1.
Yeah, I was souling the one. Yeah, so that turns it into
Yeah.
4 successes.
I'll say with that, you're able to get, even though, like I said, even though if you look at the picture itself, it kind of almost looks like the feeling of it almost, as you're kind of looking at the mirage, is kind of like, veering back and forth a little bit. It seems to be moving towards the right side of the photo, which, you knowing where that photo is, or where the photo was taken, it was taken in front of the building, and the kind of the almost like the mirage almost seems to almost shimmer in a direction that faces towards the east of the photo, or to the right side of the photo, which would be east, and you know that that'd be in the direction of the town itself. You're not really too
Now,
sure too much where in town, obviously, but you can tell that it seems to be shifting almost like it is being pulled within the photo itself in that direction.
yeah. So the thing that he's going to do to double check that is just kind of like reorient himself and like face and like, you know, basically effectively flip it around and see if
Mhm.
the energy moves towards like, you know, the left side of the picture now.
As you do that, you kind of flip it around and turn it around, and it seems that the focal point is all of, like, it's really hard to investigate it, as, like I said, the lines are moving, but they all seem to be moving towards a same general location, which seems to be east and a little bit it's a little bit northeast of the people that are standing there. So, like, his arms are, like, gone there, and it seems to be pointing in that northeast direction, which would be towards the town itself. So you would have
Okay.
to, obviously, you can only assume that it'd be the northeast direction of the building, since that seems to be where the photo was taken.
Yeah, so he was just checking to see if it was localized within the photo that it was pulling in that direction, or if it was the actual image of the photo itself. That's why he turned it.
It seems to be within the photo itself.
Yeah, because you didn't know if it was like pulling inside and it was just like pulling,
Yeah.
inside of the photo itself, and if you flipped it, if it would then go to the other side of the photo and act as like a locator, or if it was just an energy focal point situated in the photo itself, like the contents of
Yeah.
the photo.
Yep, it's inside the photo.
Okay. So this can't be used as a locator, but that is a big hint. Is what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Time to do the whole investigate and appraise the Arcus. As he
Let's
wants
hope
to
you roll
figure
just
out
as good.
what is. Yeah, I know, right? Don't worry. I have a little bit of stuff that I can spend here if I want to. I'll go ahead and start out with an appraisal.
You hit the ones.
I know, right?
Is it 2?
That's the 3.
Oh,
That's a
3.
3. 9, 7, 10, 1. 4 minus 1 is 3.
The duality
He
of
is-
Riv.
Yep, he is investigating. Well, not investigating isn't close. He's using the appraise skill on the Arcus.
I'll just let you determine how far that looks for you, since that is your character.
Steve just
You can also roll a-
stabilized for a bit.
What'd you say?
I'll
Let's
just
see
say
if
you can also,
Discord
if you want to, roll.
stabilizes.
Yeah, I'll just say if you want to, you can also roll like a deception, not as you intending to deceive, but like as a way of like opposed, kind of like a difficulty check for that.
Discord is just having a moment, so like when you guys were talking at the same time, I had no clue what either of you were saying. Because
Oh, he was
Discord's
talking
doing
to
the
you.
thing.
Give it a moment.
Alright, the red moved to yellow. So, is audio clear-ish for people now?
It's clear.
It does seem to be a bit better.
All
I
right.
think it's been wavering this whole time, so we're probably just fighting whatever.
Yeah.
All right,
I
okay,
just
so-
want to. Yeah, I
Yeah,
want to make sure this
yellow.
gets clear.
Yeah.
It's in red. I just saw it like dip in red a second. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it's a Discord just absolutely freaking out. Can we try changing the voice channel server,
Channel?
the region?
You can change regions.
Yeah, you can do a region override. Try it.
I got it.
I don't have the permission. So.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
All green here.
It's green.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hey, you guys want to try the region override?
Ignore that.
Very nice.
So
Okay.
We're back.
We're back, baby.
It's a weird thing, but it works.
I just figured the automatic region thing was messing up hard or whatever.
Well, the difficulty thing was more the amount of successes he would have needed to get it, and he just barely met the threshold.
Yay!
Nice.
So, first of all, I'm going to explain why your first scan failed. Because as you're scanning, you realize his data is like 2 to 3 times as dense as a normal Digimon.
Yeah. Oh well, you know what? That would do it. Considering, yeah.
And you notice that it's most dense in his torso, but you can't seem to break through that. What you do break through is his arms, leg, and head. In his head, though, is what intrigues you the most, as you find glitch data.
Active glitch data or passive glitch data?
That is the weird thing. You feel it's not acting as normal glitch data you've seen before, but you don't exactly know why, or what, or why. You just know it's not behaving right.
All right. But the reason I was asking active or passive, is it like actively doing anything, or is it sitting there passively?
Sitting there.
It's just sitting there. Cool.
Menacingly.
Does it seem to be affecting anything around it? Or is it like a nugget that's just there?
Do you have medicine?
Yeah, he does have ranks of medicine.
Oh,
Well,
medicine check.
Do you want me to roll one? Okay.
One is seeing, one is knowing.
That's gonna be a 4.
Nice.
You notice it's more towards where memories would be in his head.
Oh.
And with that medicine check, you notice it's more concentrated in the back of his head.
Okay.
But again, it's weird. You feel there's something going on that you haven't really seen with other glitch data.
He is intrigued. But he's also going to try and see, because that's obviously there, and it could have been reacting to something. But he hasn't seen anything that would cause the shaking besides that, so he wants to double check to make sure that if it is there, it's just localized to that and not like tendriling through the body or something. As much as he could tell, because he can't see into the torso much, but he can see, like, the limbs.
Roll another scan.
All right. I'm gonna willpower that. Fuck getting a botch. 2.
Dang, the data density.
I mean, I'm working with 5 dice here. There's only...
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the problem. This is,
We haven't slept yet to put points in anything.
yeah. It's also Arcus's data.
Well, yeah, it's just trying to see what he can find.
I'd say that combined with your medicine check, it's not spreading down into the torso. You're pretty sure, but then again, it's also hard to tell because his data gets really dense towards the torso. Like, you estimate it's around 2 times on like his limbs and head. It's probably closer around 3 times in his torso.
Chunky.
True. Riv is going to be effectively taking internal scans of this as much as he can, and opening a file on his digipad and labeling a new folder called Arcus, and he's going to start putting as much of his findings and some of his scan data and all that into the folder for later. He's gonna show Arcus when, because I imagine Arcus is just doing the eep while Riv is sitting there for a couple hours scanning.
Yeah.
And Kotora is just observing, wondering what Riv has found.
Yep. Well, considering he goes from staring intently to blinking a couple times, staring way more intently, and then scrabbling out his digipad and
That's all,
writing rapidly.
Yep. Kotora knows that that Riv has either found something interesting or something that he hasn't seen before.
Yep. Also, that is wonderful.
And while you're doing that on that end, I know, Jace, you said you end up getting tucked all in. Asher would probably be on top of the cover since he wouldn't try covering you both up at the same time. So I'd say that if Asher's getting up on you, you'd be on the couch, and you both would see Haboku, which is sitting up on. It's kind of like a love seat a little bit. You see him; he's kind of had a love seat with the almost with it facing towards like a window, whereas you guys are on the couch to the right of him, and you're just gonna see Haboku staring out into the window at the farm outside as Asher would make its way on top of what I'm assuming your chest.
Asher's kind of just sprawling across Jace, and sideways. So his belly is resting on Jace, but his legs are kind of, well, not really hanging free, but
He's perpendicular.
yes. And he would probably be playing on his valve dock for a bit before he sleeps.
I would do something, but I'm a little trapped, so I'm just gonna stare at the one staring out the window because I'm kind of here now. This is my life.
How loud do you keep the volume on, Asher?
It's relatively quiet. Though, of course, him occasionally going, yes! Is probably going to be rather noticeable.
Ooh.
Whatever you're doing well at it.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Whatever you want, you're doing well.
I'm just seeing if that would if Asher would, it actually cause him to break concentration, but I think Haboku's in his own little world right now. No.
Cue the space theme, please, somebody. Because Haboku is out in space.
If you guys would like to discuss each other, you can. If not, I can also move on. But I do want to give you guys, at least you three specifically, to have a chance to talk, if you would like, of course.
No, if Haboku doesn't look distressed or anything, he's just spacing out. I'm not going to bother the poor boy.
Yeah, and that's the expression he more or less has, as is more like he's trying to search for something, but he's not sure what. And can't really tell if he's looking for something outside or if it's something internal.
I am stuck.
Yes.
Hello, I am father, also known as bed, apparently.
And with that, the night would progress with everyone getting as much sleep as you could want. The night will progress with it unless there's anything else. And in the morning, everyone would wake up and you would have the smell of pancakes being cooked in the morning. As some of them some of them seem to be a little bit burnt, and you can smell a little bit of burnt pancakes in the morning. But it looks like the older mushroomon, as well as their son or grandson, seems to be trying to cook in replication of last night.
And doing it badly, it seems, to some extent.
I'll see the father's cooking.
Oh, there's at least one 10 there.
All three successes. So they're able to make it enough. There's still a few of them that get burnt, especially from the son, who is not especially trained at cooking new types of meals. Though the older man, at least being familiar with dough, wheat, and various other ingredients, seems to have a pretty easier time with it. Though the son is definitely burning pancakes. But they were trying their best to have a breakfast for you all before, assuming that you would all head into the town, as well as just the thanks for you all stopping by.
If Kotora goes to the kitchen while the pancakes are being made, and he sees them burning some of them, he would like just flare up a little bit. Like actually, his body heat will increase for a moment as he observes that. Hey, you're letting them get burned. Don't do that.
You get to see him trying to do like several. He tried cooking way too many pancakes at the same time. You can tell his impatience clearly got the better of him as he realized he was having like way too many pans at the same time. He has like 3 different burners going with like 7 different pancakes in each, and he's like forgetting one and then making sure the other one seems to be undercooked, so he's flipping it, and then there seems to be other ones that are burnt. I thought I could just do it all at once, you know. It shouldn't be that hard. And you kind of see him. He's trying to like eye each one individually, but is like constantly getting constantly just making sure he cannot seems to keep track of all of them at the same time.
You cannot do that, dude. This requires concentration, and splitting your concentration like that so many ways is going to, the food is not gonna come out right.
As he like resigns, he takes off some of the pancakes. Some are perfectly cooked, some are undercooked, some are overcooked, and he just kind of puts them all on a plate and says, I'm not used to cooking for this many people, okay? I'm not used to cooking for this many people. I just want to do something nice for you all, you know?
Okay, but Kotora is going to take the undercooked pancakes and putting and proceed to cook them finish cooking them himself.
As you guys work to have a more complete non-burnt dinner, you're gonna
Breakfast.
see the old. You're not able to salvage the overcooked ones, but you see him put at least the more burnt ones on a plate, and then he'll put that plate where he's usually sitting instead. That's okay. I don't mind a little extra crisp to it. It's anything better than my father's Wonder Meals.
I can also eat them myself. Don't worry. I'm familiar with overburnt cook with overcooked food. I had to, when I began cooking, I had to make sure that I didn't overburn them from my own body heat.
He says, okay. He kind of resigns a little bit. I'll get the rest of the others up, and you can finish the whatever ones you think are undercooked.
Kotora nods.
You see him as
Keep going.
he'll go around and wake up the rest of everyone else.
Okay.
I knew you guys wanted to head into the city today. It's better to probably get earlier than later, so we just wanted to make sure we cooked as soon as we could for you all. I really can't really thank you guys enough. I'll be heading into the city after I get everyone situated here. Maybe now it shouldn't take me too long. I'll be able to get all profits in for the market. You guys really saved a number for us, so I'll owe you guys whenever I get back.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck with that. Hopefully, our investigation will prove successful, and we might be able to get your actual arms back.
I really like that, guys. If you don't want me to take any message to the city, or if you want me to do anything in the city, I'd be happy to bring it back for you guys.
Hmm.
It'll take
Well,
a few days, but I'll be back in probably 4 days or so. If you're still around.
the others might have some more info to give, but per, perhaps reporting at your current injuries might be good. After all, the town is what we're with the squad that are trying to investigate the glitches. After all, they might be able to do something with your data.
Please, I'll stop by the capital whenever I'm on my way into the city. I passed there once or twice, providing some food to the kitchen there. So they'll welcome me inside without any question. I'll have the data team there take a look at it. And everyone else will everyone else will be woken up in their own way, making it to the morning table at their earliest convenience.
I would say Arcus has already been awake from the food smell.
Since Rib went to bed late, he'd probably be like one of the last ones to actually wake up.
Jace really has to wait for Asher to move or shove him off one way or the other, so Asher goes first.
Haboku is still ill in his same position.
Asher probably will wake up pretty early. Getting off of Jace and going for the foods.
Jace is going to stand up and do that whole my spine back crack. And move up behind Haboku and put a hand on his head and be like, "You alive there?"
Wolf alive.
Okay. He jitters a bit, causing his hood to jostle briefly, and he looks around. What?
Oh, there goes gravity. Welcome back to reality. My name's not Slim Shady. I used to be Slim, and I'm not no more. How you doing there, buddy? You, in one piece? You zoned out there for, like, long time.
Oh, I was doing that thing they said to do when you try to remember things. I think, or was I waiting to see if someone came back? Like, he looks back out the window, confused for a moment.
Well,
having memory is hard.
We'll definitely unpack that later. Why don't you go and eat something?
Ooh, food. And there he runs off.
Okay. Let's see. We got 1 child, 2 child, 3 child, 4 child. Oh, dear goodness, what happened here? All right. I'm just gonna go grab dinner, and I'm just gonna sit on the porch. I think I need some me time.
So
Oh, boy.
everyone else is having the. I'll say like Asher, you're at the table. So you'd probably be at the table unless you follow Jace outside.
Nah, he'll be at the table.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure we're having breakfast.
Having breakfast, yeah.
People keep saying dinner.
Despite having breakfast, because breakfast food's twice over.
Yeah. Rib is finally gonna get up, blink a couple of times, and then immediately rush to try and go find Arcus when he notices that Arcus is not, in fact, right on his bed cot thing he set up.
Yeah, Arcus is having the pancakes and looks like he's about to run off again somewhere.
Oh, Argus. Okay, I found things.
Huh? What things?
Okay, so okay. First of all, okay, let me open up this. I went ahead and made a folder for you, so that way I could keep trying to notice things. So this is actually going to be a little bit of a project. Okay, so first of all, notice that your data density is extremely super high. It's about 2 to 3 times denser than the normal Digimon in some places, actually. About 2 for your head and limbs and 3 for your torso. I wasn't actually able to see through your torso, but tried to get as much data on that as I possibly could. It also turns out that you have kind of a weird set of data in your head. Are you having any sort of memory problems?
Did I know?
Do you have
Okay.
memory problems?
Okay,
Do you
before
remember not remembering things?
okay, before
Do you know?
okay, before Rip begins rambling again after Arcus responded, Kotora is going to like whatchamacallit, make some noise by banging us on some pants for a moment. Hey Rip, I know you're discussing what you have found yesterday night with Arcus right now, but please don't forget to eat.
Oh yeah, food. Okay, thanks, Kotora. You'll grab some food as fast as possible and take it to where he was discussing things with Arcus, put down the plate, and then immediately start discussing things again.
At least he has his food.
Okay, so even if you don't know if you're having memory problems right now or not, the thing is that it's actually really close to where your most of your memories would be located, and it's spreading around slightly. It's mostly dormant at least as far as I can tell. It's very weird. I don't actually know. I haven't found any equivalencies in my travels or in any of my memories by searching, but so it doesn't look like it's going beneath your head anywhere and spreading out, but it's really hard to tell just due to data density and the fact that I can't get a good look at your torso right now.
Arcus is just staring.
He is showing helpful pictures on his digipad of his scans.
You see
Asher's
pictures
just
with
going out.
colored lights.
Asher's just going
Go ahead.
outside.
Before you get out there, I'll say you're on your way out there. Jace, you said you were lost in thought outside?
No, I just went to go and sit outside and eat breakfast because there's, as far as I'm concerned, 5 children in there and it's about to get very loud.
Any thoughts running in your head before Asher makes their way out there?
Yeah, just the vague sense of, I miss my hometown and I miss sitting on my own balcony, but that's passing. He's got pancakes to eat. That world is gone.
And as you do that, Asher, you'll make your way outside while they're kind of in that thought process.
Asher's just gonna sit quietly and finish his breakfast. Just, away from the rambling Riv.
Oh wow, you made Asher be silent.
I think he's realizing what being in a party with Riv is when doing an investigation.
Oh, poor Arcus. How long is he gonna last?
I feel like Arcus is gonna match Riv's energy than anything.
Maybe.
And I'll say, I will say while you're doing that, I will say the old man kind of looks over to you, Haboku, as he kind of eyes you a little bit up and down, and he says, you kind of remind me of one of those guardian things in the museums, though not as big as the other ones, but I think there's a guardian in one of those museums in town. I don't really visit there very often. They're pretty much as old as me. But I might take a look over there. I think you said your name was Haboku, correct?
Haboku's ears had perked up a bit under his hood and upon hearing that, and he begins wagging his tail excitedly. Oh, yeah.
I think one of your parents must have really loved them. I loved the story. Well, it kind of looks. There's a museum of different guardians over there. It has the various guardians of the realm in there. It might be worth a look. There's someone, and he kind of like points a finger at you kind of shakily. There is someone right inside there with a plaque with that name on it. It's a beautiful, beautiful little statue. I'm not sure if it's the name or likeness or what have you, but I think it might be worth a look in there. It might give you some inspiration. Some of the young people don't seem to appreciate history like I do. Though whenever you live, it's just the present to me.
Yeah, Haboku is now bounding with excitement now, while showing a lot out of energy compared to how he was this morning. Yeah, I'll look there sometime. First, we have to do the investigating thing thingy.
Oh, the town's been like this for 2 weeks now. I'm sure maybe that, and he kind of looks over. I hear some of that glitch data of the like, or whatever you guys call it, managed to find its way into the museum too. So maybe there was a good place to start, though it's all over the town, and the buildings, and the water, and the statues. It's all over the town. So any place is worth starting.
All right, hey, I'll keep that in mind if I remember. And then
You
he just
can't.
puts it all on his head. I'm not
You
really
can't.
good at that lately.
Oh, you're good. I don't remember very many things lately as well. It kind of looks. I mean, the museum's in the middle of the town. You can't miss it. There's a beautiful statue of Kino outside the museum. It's the biggest piece being so close to the city.
All right, and then he's just gonna go back to digging into food.
With that, anyone else have anything to say in the morning or over the breakfast?
I will say Rib is going to keep rambling to Arcus, and then when he's done with that ramble, he's going to start up a second ramble about the things he noticed about the picture.
Kotora once again, what you may call it, banging the pants to remind Rib to eat.
He will take like 2 bites really fast, and then keep rambling.
I love the young people.
How is Arcus responding to all of this?
Wait, Steve, I wonder how I got that. Don't really remember.
Well, I can't really tell since it's being so passive. It's not acting like any glitch I've ever seen, really, actually. But the thing is that I'm gonna try and monitor you as much as I can, just as a part of like a nightly thing, in order to make sure it's not like moving around or affecting things. So that way we can at least tell if it's actively affecting your memory, or if it's, maybe it did something in the past, or if it's just sitting there benignly just waiting for something.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should ask. Do you want me to share this with the Data Anomaly Hunt organization, or do you want me to just compile this for now and try and figure things out?
Compile? I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's data about you. I mean, I prefer to share it, but it's kind of your decision.
Hmm.
I mean,
Maybe share with the others and see what they think.
Yeah, I was gonna do that one anyway, but yeah. So I'm going to go and do that. Who is the nearest teammate that is there?
Jason and Asher are outside, and Haboku's talking with the old man, which does leave Kotora.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be Kotora.
Kotora was mostly listening in though already, right?
Yeah.
In that case, he's going to move over to Haboku and wait for the conversation to be finished, actually eating in the meantime until he gets his opening, and then start rambling to Haboku.
You start seeing the old man rambling to Haboku in your place.
He will sit there and take notes on everything the rambly old man is saying.
He's detailing the extensive life cycles of crops, as well as the proper seasons that they grow in.
I'm rolling an academics check right now.
Careful, you might bore Haboku back to life.
Nah, willpower.
I'm just imagining that Haboku's just sitting there, one eye blinks, then the other eye, then the first eye.
Still looking completely happy the entire time, tail never stops wagging.
I don't think you guys understand. I just willpowered and vigored for this right now.
You have farmer's secrets now unlocked. Farming lore.
That is 6 successes.
You have gained farming lore in your data pad. At least when it comes to these very, very specific farming techniques. But if you're getting down to most of everything that they were saying, I will say you have a better understanding of how crops are grown and the seasons that they grow in.
This is vital information by Rib standards.
Considering that Kotora is a cook, you're going to have to one day get maybe vegetables on your own sometime.
Yep. But yeah, nope. Riv is going to excitedly take notes about all this and make sure to ask many follow-up questions to the rambling old man to get him to go into more detail.
And as you do that, I will say Jason and Asher would have finished their food by now, and it is beginning to almost like you're kind of waiting, and then everyone else seems to just still be inside despite you guys finishing your food.
Jace will grab Asher's plate, pat him, stand up, open the door, see what's going on, and sigh. Be like, guys? Well,
Yeah?
chit-chat's all well and good. Mission? Thumbs backwards behind him.
Arcus runs out the door.
Why do you think I came out here?
That's the most quiet I've seen you in years, so I'm thankful for whatever happened. But thank you. What was your name again, sir?
I'm Oko, and this is Ken, my son.
We
I can answer
appreciate
for myself.
we appreciate your assistance, Oko.
Yeah, you guys are welcome anytime in our house. Wait till I get back, and I'll get you a trinket from the city.
It's,
go ahead.
it's appreciated, but I don't think it's needed. Well, but appreciated nevertheless. So we're gonna head out, and yeah, you guys take care of yourselves, okay?
Kotora is giving a bow to them. Thank you for the hospitality and the food.
You see them bow in response, as well as a wave with their giant, especially with their giant wooden arm. You kind of see it. I mean, the arm is a lot bigger than what you'd imagine probably though even their original arm is. It seems like it is going to do them well in terms of any strength-based labor they need here.
Riv is going to roll a subterfuge.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And he's going to intentionally be a little bit slow to finish his food while everyone else is leaving and piling up their plates and all that. And he's going to leave 5 bites on his plate and try and sneak it into the pile with the bites still included as he leaves.
You were able to, at least the old man is not going to think any the wiser.
Riv, you're getting picked up.
He is still trying to do this.
Really? Hurry up.
I'm just putting the plate there.
Come on. You're not as sneaky as you think you are, buddy. Pat, pat, pat.
It's just the plate.
Uh-huh.
Did you enjoy the food, Riv?
Yeah.
Good.
Come on, Haboku. We need to catch up with Arcus.
Okay. He runs after.
That's not what I...
All right. Once Rib has successfully put his plate with the others without being stopped by the the 2 of them, he's immediately going to sprint out as well.
But...
Kotora just gives a giggle.
Oh, by the gods.
He's actually excited.
Asher's just gonna stay next to Jace.
All right, Corda, let's get going. Asher.
Kotora not saying he's following along. He's going a little bit faster than the others, but not as fast as the others. Just to make sure he keeps an eye on Riv.
Jace is walking.
Yeah.
He sees no reason exhausting yourself by bolting to town. But the others, he's going to let run because at some point in time, they're going to start running back and forth, and maybe that'll exhaust them a little bit.
Asher's conserving energy because the day prior he had to run all the way back to town and then back out here. So in case he has to do something like that again, he's gonna just walk.
Fair.
This is the calmest I've ever seen you, Asher, and it both scares me and impresses me at the same time. I'm okay with this. Stay like this. Pat, 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 pat.
Oh, don't worry. I'm just plotting things.
I swear to goodness. Never mind. I'm not going to give you any ideas off of your ideas.
You're getting better at these, Idol.
Arcus, it's about a 3-mile trek to town, about maybe 3 to 4 miles trek to town. Once you get out of the farmland itself, the main road is about a 1/4 mile, and then obviously it goes up. Arcus, you would be the first one to get there, as you would see it's kind of like a billboard, but it seems to have several it seems to have a bunch of flyers listed on it, though the flyers seem to be introductions to the town. In like a little box in front of the billboard, you can see what looks to be, it is like 40 or more pamphlets with the name Shoshin on it.
He's gonna run over there and grab one of the pamphlets and start reading it.
You see in the pamphlet, it says, Shoshin is a whimsical town just 15 miles north of Kenzo, home to travelers, more travelers than residents. Our illustrious town is built for your comfort. Shops for your traveling needs, attractions to keep your interest while in town. Bars dotting the main road, side to side, full of life and vigor. Having direct and easy access to imports from Kenzo, Shoshin is well stocked for your needs. Look to the main square to find our heroic statue built in honor of Kenzo, the Golden Claws proudly standing and watching over the city. The river, when weather permitted, falls to the east of the town, allowing ferry rides up and down the cleanest river you will find anywhere. Try our various cuisines from different specialized restaurants from the different biomes. Visit our open theater stage and watch fantastical performances. Come again and welcome, and may Shaoshin be your home.
And then you put the pamphlet down, and the town is just a wasteland.
I'm getting to that part, Chase.
I didn't say that.
That was
Oh,
Haboku.
That was
Oh,
Haboku.
I wasn't gonna make that joke. I figured it was.
I have a question.
mhm.
Wasn't it said that the town was like 10 miles away?
The town itself is 15. You traveled 5, had the giant crack happen, and then it was 10 miles. That's why it was. That's why you probably got the 10.
Yeah, and then we kept traveling after the crack for a while. So
Yeah, you traveled about 6 miles north, and that's whenever you got into the farmland territory.
yeah, we're on like the outskirts of the town. Like in the morning, we were.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick up 5 more pamphlets for when the rest of them get here, and then start looking around.
Arcus, wait!
Huh? He stops.
Haboku just pads up to you. Jace told me to find you. I don't know why.
Here. Hands Haboku a pamphlet.
Oh, Haboku stops, and then immediately gears have to start slowly turning as he starts slowly reading it out loud. Sa-shan. And it just is him just slowly reading and stuttering and tripping over every term.
Shashin. And Arcus is gonna start helping Haboku read it.
Enter stage left, Riv.
I think Kotora would probably catch up next.
Kotora was going like fast, but staying behind Riv.
And so you get there around the similar time then.
Yeah.
You see Arcus trying to help Haboku read the pamphlet in full.
Oh, also, I will just check real quick. No one actually took the bites that Riv was trying to sneak behind, right?
I would assume the party hasn't taken them, though it will take the
Yeah.
actual couple a bit to actually get to them.
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
No,
Kotora,
Jace wasn't worried about that. He just didn't want you to dawdle with half the party running off.
yeah, and Kotora definitely didn't. Everybody else had already run off, so yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're safe.
Nice. He has successfully left payment.
There the two of there the two of you are. Why you run off so fast?
Adventure! Also here! Arcus hands Kotora one of the pamphlets.
Rib is gonna make grabby motions for another one because you can see that Arcus has like a stack of them.
Oh. Arcus hands one to Riv.
Riv will immediately start reading through it.
Kotora, so does Kotora.
And then Arcus is gonna go back to helping Haboku.
Statue. Wait. The other guy said it at museum. For guardians here. Haboku looks around him.
You are outside the town, I'll say. The town itself, it's just not too far north, but just a little bit north. It seems this this is kind of like a stop right before the main city to kind of let you have just basically long enough to be able to read it on the way in.
So it's like a way station thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna let you everyone gather the party before they go officially into the city, but it is kind of a little bit outside of the city.
Yeah, you must gather your party before venturing forth.
I was about to say the same thing.
But yeah, Riv looks like he's about to start saying something, and then realizes that they're still missing 2 people, and so avoids rambling and explaining, but also looks like he is going to start talking the moment the other 2 show up.
Kotora notices this and he says, "They're not far behind. They should be getting here in a few."
Oh, okay. I'm gonna start getting all my Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go to the beginning and get all the pictures ready, and make sure to have all the spiel ready.
Mm-hmm.
So they're practicing their words before Asher and Jace eventually get their way towards the town. It's a little bit slower than everyone else, but they make their way all the same.
Riv is gonna wave at them.
Jace is gonna walk up and hold up a finger and be like, "All right, guys. So, we should probably have a discussion about not running ahead without everybody ready being to go. So has anybody here actually been part of a team before or understands why they do the party thing?"
I mean, I've done things with Kotora before.
Yeah, me and Riv have traveled together quite a few times.
Okay, what about you, Arcus and Haboku?
Team?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
also here. Gives Asher and Jace the pamphlet.
takes the pamphlet and goes, "Thanks. So, look. From now on, do not run ahead, because if you run ahead, you put yourself in danger. And when you put yourself in danger, you put us in danger because we are a team and we're supposed to act together. Does that make sense?"
Rule number 1 of
make out that
adventuring:
thing right.
never split the party.
Just saying, this is a dangerous situation. I mean, we don't know what's going on there fully yet. We might have thoughts, or some people might have poked some things, but all sorts of bad things can happen. So from now on, Arcus and Haboku, you guys can wait for us, right?
We are specifically investigating the glitch after all. That's dangerous no matter what.
Oh, Haboku. Oh, it took him. It looks like it's taking him a minute for the information to sink. And then he bows his head, acting apologetic.
Oh, goodness, you're all too young for this. It's fine. Just promise me you guys won't run on ahead again, okay?
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
Riv, you look like you're gonna explode unless you start talking, so puts a hand on Riv's head, then pretends like he's about to walk off without listening.
Don't worry, he would just follow you and ramble the entire time.
Oh, he's gonna let you ramble anyways. He was just teasing you.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, if he does end up doing that, he's just gonna immediately, like, follow behind and start rambling.
Alright, start talking, let's walk together.
Okay, so first off, I think I'm gonna talk about the Arcus thing first. With what I ended up finding last night, he's just gonna start rambling about all of it.
That's way too big.
That's what she said?
Wait,
Too
what
many
was
spaces.
what was
No,
that?
that's what
I'm,
That's what Era said about his banana.
Oh,
There we go. I posted the pamphlet in the chat. Just because there was a lot of reading.
Ah, okay.
And I posted in chat, and there was like 5 like spaces between each paragraph, and I'm like, oh no.
Always paste a notepad first, because notepad will clear most of those silly things.
Yeah, no, Rib is gonna start rambling about the Arcus situation first.
It is obviously at a slightly accelerated rate than usual.
Don't
And
forget to
he-
breathe.
And he is going to be, whenever he's going to show a picture, he's going to run slightly ahead of the group and hold up the pad with the images, so that way you guys can keep walking but look at it.
Kotora nods as he looks at that. Well, he already knows about this because he was there while you were discussing it, but still.
Yeah. Now, just imagine him like talking and rambling really fast, holding up the thing, waiting for you to like get past him, where he like then proceeds to run in front again and wait a bit with the pad held up again as he keeps rambling.
Jace is gonna pause at one moment and be like, just out of curiosity, everybody here's got like something glitched with them, right? Except for Asher here.
Haboku will still pause for a moment, and then he'll give a slow nod.
Okay. Just making sure. And then he'll just go back to walking.
Riv's gonna keep, doing the thing until he gets through the entire thing with Arcus, taps a couple of times, and then immediately starts talking about the picture, repeating the process.
And as you are doing that, you would make it's not too much of a walk. You'd make your way. As you go into the city, you kind of start to see the city over on the kind of like the horizon a little bit. It's mostly flatland, so it's more about just getting to the city more than it like appearing anywhere else. So as you get towards the city, you notice that the tops of a lot of the buildings, as you're getting closer and closer to the city, seem to have almost that mirage, almost pixelated look to them. The most of the base buildings seem like the base of the buildings seem to be fine, but only assuming as in it's like the rain itself has taken off most of a top floor of any given building. Some it's gone down a little bit more than others, but the town is definitely having issues over pretty much the entire town, as all the various buildings you see going into the town seem to have that. Though some buildings which are only one story seem to have mostly been almost completely eaten away at this point. No obvious residents inside the buildings. You see a few signs that are posted out front that just say closed for business until resolution found, or closed for business until glitch destroyed, or various meaning and various of that. Some people do exist in the town. It's still a travel town, so there is still Digimon that are coming in and out of the town. Some of the buildings still stand because they were built with multiple floors to them, and you can tell the Digimon are moving in and out of the buildings, though people definitely do look a little bit less joyous than what a traveler town would innately have, though there is a look of somewhat hope among everyone, as it's still only a recent event. But there seems to be a lot of talk around the town about anything going on, about anyone's talking with anyone regarding this, as everyone seems to have their own opinion of what is happening.
Well, guess I didn't know what I expected.
Hmm. Well, I knew things were going to be looking bad, but actually seeing it in person is quite the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never gets easier.
Hey, I'm
Alright,
gonna look around to see if any of these buildings match any of our pictures.
well, stay close, okay? I think if anything, we should probably look for areas that were harder hit too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I just need to find a building that's in our pictures clearly as well, so that way I can see the rate of degradation.
Actually, on that note, are there newspapers for sale, Zerda?
Yeah, I'll say there's definitely people talking about it. You know how they had the pamphlets outside? There is newspapers in town itself.
Cool.
So I'll say yes.
I'm gonna buy a newspaper.
Okay, that'll just be just even almost just a probably even only like 5 bits or so. It's just a newspaper. People are still trying to make business in town. You see somebody selling bits, talking about the various events in town. As you open up the newspaper regarding it, you see what looks to be the headline of devastation hitting the town. What will we do? Soon and it mentions that the Data Anomaly Squad is coming to town to help. It says some of them say, will they ever come? Or they should be here any time now, and never give up hope on some of them. It has a few quotes from various buildings. It does have a list of currently open buildings, as it kind of has like a directory that says what buildings are currently open and what are closed. You see several buildings that seem to be closed. There seems to be about maybe a quarter of them on the list seem to be closed, though the bigger ones kind of have a circle about them indicating that they are still good, and a little check mark next to them.
I'm assuming there's pictures in this newspaper, right?
Yeah. You see what looks to be pictures of certain Digimon outside their establishments. You see what looks to be pictures of other Digimon that seem to be part of some sort of rebuilding effort. And you see other Digimon that seem to be kind of helping fortify the roofs, as you see a few of them on ladders or the like, trying to reinforce the roofs in case anything happens or another rainstorm comes in again.
Okay, another follow-up question. Does the newspaper say when was the last time the rain happened?
Yes, it mentions about how it happened about 14 days ago, similar to what your reports were about that 2 week mark. It mentions that you see various quotes from people stating, will the rains return? You know, next time find out here. And, on the roads, and it mentions about how there has been reports from people who have traveled from the west, mentioning that the clouds have gone that way. It even mentions a report of a town, just less of a town, but more of like a smaller outstop or outcrop of an area to the west of town that got hit by the rains about a week ago. So it seems that seems whatever is traveling, it seems to be traveling very slowly across the plains.
I'll walk back up to the group. And I'll be like, all right, Riv, lead the way. I'm going to be keeping a lookout for these buildings. Side note, it looks like it's been about 2 weeks since the last rain, so we need to be careful when we're out here. I don't know if another storm's going to hit. Though last storm just went off to do other things, I guess.
Yeah. Also, guys, do watch out to see if maybe you can spot Bagiri. We want to meet up with him.
Kiki.
All right. Haboku says this. He's actually leaning very close into the party now. Now, seeing more of the glitch around, he looks visibly unnerved.
Just to let you know, Zerda, what Jace is actively doing, since there's photography nonsense going on, he's going to be actively comparing pictures of buildings to the actual buildings to see if they're identical or not. Unfortunately, there hasn't been a rain recently, so they're probably going to be relatively similar, but identical is different than similar.
As you actually look, certain buildings seem to have, even though most of the one-story buildings seem to have very much in decay, some of the two-story buildings don't really seem to have as many like they seem to have a lot of problems on top, but they seem to have also other problems that seem to permeate. Some people's windows are completely missing. Some people's doors seem to have that mirage, people almost going in entirely other entrances. The pictures themselves don't even seem to do full justice to it, as whatever was taking pictures of the buildings actually seems to be different than whatever its current day is. Though you're not really too sure how, obviously, the time between the photos and the current day is. The town does seem to have almost various splotches about the town that seem to be in a way that don't seem to be a result of the rains directly, at least that you could tell.
Okay, so this photo's not acting like the other ones. Good to know. Go ahead, Riv. All you. I did my check.
Yep. One.
Not
And also,
newspaper.
it does mention just for a general sake, is just in terms of what buildings are open. It does mention that the open theater stage, is currently open. However, it does mention that the singers seem to be having issues at the moment. That they're still looking for actually replacements. There's an ad for new performers in the open stage theater, as the previous performers have been stricken ill by the glitch. It mentions 4 different restaurants slash inns, all of them doubling over as any restaurant that also doubled as an inn had multiple layers to the building. So the inn is still functioning, though at lower capacity. I posted the 4 inns in town, but there is Ice on the Rocks, Flaming Mane, Shell Shack, and Electric Punch in terms of the restaurant slash inns in town. It mentions that the ferry boat is open, but there is a caution that the waters are a little bit more treacherous. So sail at your own convenience. It mentions a few of the farms outside of town, one being the Mushroom Mon's farm itself, and it does mention about the museum in the middle of the town. And it mentions only 2 other things, being the guided tours around the plains are currently closed, as well as the train station, which is also closed. Just to give you a general idea of what the town exactly is like.
If the museum is mentioned, Haboku will tentatively raise a claw and ask if they could go there.
Riv is going to shuffle through the pictures that were made available to them and see if any of the like devastation photos included one of the museum.
The museum seems to be hit very hard. There is a picture of the museum in there, and the museum seems to have been very, very much targeted, actually.
All right, in that case, Riv will show everyone the picture of the museum and go, it's definitely on our list, so yeah, we can go there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Arcus looks like he's about to run, but then remembers, stops suddenly.
All right, good job, bud. Golden roll.
It looks like he's vibrating, like he wants to just run, but can't because he remembers.
You can run around us, just stay close, okay? I want you to be able to hear and see us, okay?
Okay. Then he starts doing laps around the group.
Asher, do you remember when you were a pup and you used to do this when we were on the road?
A little bit. Yeah.
Round and round you'd go for hours and hours and hours. When you finally stop and you just pass out. When did I get more kids?
Like I mentioned before, the museums themselves would be in the middle of the town, so even as you're walking through the town, it would be impossible to miss, as there seems to be one of those, kind of like one of those roundabouts, but in terms of, not for for cars, but for traffic, in terms of foot traffic. And there seems to be a roundabout that splits almost the town in two, where on to the left and right there's 2 roads that kind of lead around it, and in the middle there seems to be a huge statue of what you guys would very, very clearly recognize as Kino, with almost precision likeness. However, as you're now closer to it, like the person was mentioning before, the claws that were once, you could tell, even labeled as golden claws, the claws themselves seem to have that pixelated look to them, as well as the almost something in the throat itself seems to be almost that mirage. There seems to be almost like part of its neck has been glitched away as well. But it still seems to be standing proud and tall, but definitely damaged.
All right. So this is the same. Like even just checking through it, this is the same amount of damage that was there in the pictures, though, right?
The pictures, yes, actually, the pictures themselves show that there has been this kind of damage. It seems as long as you have had the pictures, the image hasn't gone worse, but it has definitely maintained its low level of quality due to the essentially the glitch that's upon it. And behind it there is the larger building. Well, less so larger compared to maybe some of the other buildings, but the museum itself seems to be centered in a building right behind the statue, as the statue is almost a welcoming sight into the museum.
Yep. Rib is gonna bring out the picture of the of the statue and show it to everyone and point out that it hasn't gotten any more damaged than when the picture was taken.
That's good.
Makes me wonder that if the damage that was going on up here is any different than that damage.
Maybe, because according to what they said, they did say that the damage was spreading at least partially. Like, it was continuing to erode data even after the rains came through, but this doesn't look like it's more eroded.
So some of it is not actually actively being eroded somehow?
Well, this is a statue made of metal, so, you know, the more dense the object, the less it was being eroded. So maybe the metal is just harder to erode, so it hasn't started yet. Or at least not in a noticeable fashion.
That would make sense.
Though there might be two sources, and somebody might just be using the rains as a convenient excuse.
That is also a possibility, which is why I want to try and, see as many of these buildings as possible to try and see if there are some that aren't being continually eroded, or if they're all being continually eroded, or, get a data set going. Try and figure out. Because, if this is the only, metal thing around that's like this, but it hasn't, but everything else is acting normal, it's interesting, but it isn't exactly indicative of it being used as cover, just,
I only suspect that for one reason, but yes, Kotora.
I was just gonna say it's a possibility, yes.
Yeah.
Just worth mentioning. It's just interesting that one photograph changed, but no other photographs seem to be changing. And then we got this statue here that's acting differently as well. It feels sloppy.
Did we check the other statues?
We absolutely can. There's no reason not to.
Yep. But first we are gonna have to, let Haboku see the inside of the building if we can get in.
Yeah.
The doors seem to be propped. The doors actually seem to be unlocked, and actually one door seems to be more propped open. As you're kind of walking around the big statue, you would see that the open sign is still listed outside the museum. Though, like I said, the building itself also seems to have been affected as well. But due to the tall nature of the museum, it doesn't seem, at least on the outside, like the building is unstable by any means, and the door does seem to be having an open status to it.
Well, upon getting inside, Haboku will just as quickly start looking around and for anything that mentions and other guardians.
Can I make a lore check to see what Riv would know about individualized guardians?
Less of a lore check and more so just it depends on where your characters would be, or where it's more of a backstory question than it is like you wouldn't. It's one of the situations like you wouldn't just go to the area and not know who the guardian would be. So it'd be more of just where you would have gone in your travels.
Yeah. All right. Well, Riv did go around visiting places and guardians and stuff to try and ask questions. So I don't know how. I don't know how extensive you want that to be, but he did obviously go and talk to guardians, in particular on purpose.
I would say as everyone makes their way inside the building, there seems to be a selection. Seems to be a few different dedicated rooms, each with their own kind of biomes to it. Each kind of biome has its own section of the museum. It's kind of where you go into the center kind of piece where there is this central round circle, and then splitting off in different directions is 7 different biomes listed, and it mentions that each one is kind of specialized to house both attractions and history of the biomes. There is and let me go ahead and just double check. Right. the Golden Metropolis itself, and let's see if I have all that right. And then one labeled Peaks Refuge. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that's 7.
Well,
So there's a
upon,
specific biome you would like to investigate, you may.
well, Haboku, upon seeing Peaks Refuge, he will immediately try to guide the party in that direction.
I mean, Riv would follow.
Arcus looks like he's about to head towards a different one, but then notices the others going in a different direction and starts following them instead.
Perfect. And let me just go ahead. I'm gonna post the names of these various biomes. Let me just go ahead. And the various biomes are named, and each one, you'd imagine that each guardian is representative of each different biome. I'm going to post the names in chat, but just for everyone as well. We have the Kenzo, which is the Golden Metropolis. Kaza, which is the volcanic region. Mitsuno, which is the sea. Koi, which is the ice. Sabaku, which is the desert. And Shinrin, which is the forest. And then there's Peak Refuge, which is almost like a mountaintop kind of biome.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to have neuron activation every time the name of the volcanic area is mentioned.
What is Kaza?
Kaza is in one of the PMD games is the starter NPC.
Yeah.
Exact same name and spelling.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm gonna have a neuron activation every time.
Same here. That is quite a big coincidence.
Neuron activation time, baby.
You do see a few other people in the museum. You could tell that a lot of the data from the Peaks Refuge, like there seems to be various things inside. There seems to be like a local cuisine. There seems to be like a little history marker. There seems to be here and there. There is kind of like various things that are all various achievements that have been caused. The Peaks Refuge itself being home to many various guardians of the like, as well as known to be a place where some of them have been known to keep the peace. They were kind of the original. Even says in the history that this is where the original guardians were created or not created, but were essentially trained, and where some still go to pay reverence to the guardians, and how there were where a lot of the guardians have even made peace as well as alliances with it, as Peak Refuge has been watching over the Digi world for a very long amount of time. And inside there you see what looks to be a statue of various very, very powerful looking Digimon. Some seem to be even greater than others, but each one seems to have its own reverence, with plaques in front of each one of them. The data on some of the statues seem to be taken, though it doesn't really seem to be at random. Some of the glitch seems to almost like it seems to be targeting a lot of their limbs or any sort of like weapon or claw thing or claw type they may have. It seems that it's been mostly desecrated pretty well.
Does it at all correspond to stuff in their bios and like history with what's taken?
All of the bios in history actually doesn't seem to mention anything about this. It seems to be history of before the glitch even happened, as it mentions everything being a beautiful town without, and it just seems to go on about praising the town without any updated information regarding it.
Oh, no. I mean, like, when it goes over the history of the Guardians themselves, is the things that are missing corresponding to what's notable in their histories?
Yes, actually. You would see that, like, it mentions how one has this grand staff that it uses to essentially guide, and that staff seems to have been taken. Another mentions its powerful, it's like powerful sword, and that sword seems to be gone from the statue. Whatever is the most powerful thing that is mentioned in like kind of like their key signature strength seems to have been taken from these statues as almost an insult to the statue itself. Except one statue oh no, never mind. Yeah, all the statues themselves seem to have been taken, whatever is very strong about it, as almost like a insult to the statue itself.
Rib is gonna call people over and like point that out.
Ah,
Mm.
Take the
Haboku is giving a very displeased is growl.
took away their relics pretty much.
I mean, I don't know why they'd want the statues version of it. I mean, the statues version probably still has some sort of like power or something in relation to it, or maybe just even as a symbol. But yeah, this was targeted.
I was about to say, as somebody that's. Go ahead.
It's possible that they were able to draw some kind of, relation between the statue version and the real version, kind of like they did with the at the farm.
It's one possibility. Otherwise, as somebody that's had a teenager in his house once before, this could just be an act of vandalism and the things that they want most. It's very targeted. On a side note, if we pass through the forest biome, Jace might spit at a representation of a certain guardian.
And you do see also in the few of the kind of Digimon seem to be going in and out, though. There does seem to be in front of a larger, sort of one of the statues. There seems to be a older looking Digimon there that seems to have almost like a broom in one hand, and she just kind of seems to have it laying across her lap as she doesn't really seem to be doing much, but she seems to be staring at the group almost intently, almost following you all as you guys are walking around.
Out of character. That's a Baba Mom, isn't it?
It is.
I knew it the moment you mentioned the broom.
Haboku's is still looking at the statue's with intense interest, and he's going to see if he can find one and of a Salugarmon.
It is. It seems to be right next to there's several benches in the room. The one that there is the statue of the solo Gormon. However, the Babamon seems to be sitting in the bench closest to that. As you would approach the solo Gormon, she seems to almost follow in that direction. Follow you as you go in that direction.
Oh, hi.
You see her kind of take a moment to speak, and she kind of it's almost like she's staring directly at you, though you don't actually see her eyes at all. Her hair seems to be kind of covering over her eyes, but she just kind of looks almost in a very calm demeanor. Who be you?
Haboku will simply, hey, just straighten himself and he'd introduce himself. I'm Haboku. No, from, not here, but there here.
Where is the there you mentioned?
He looks for a sign that says Peak's Refuge and points at it.
You kind of see her give a small chuckle. That be true. What are you doing here?
I don't actually remember how I got here.
You kind of she'll shake her head a little bit. That be also true. And she says, are you here to help the town?
He gives an eager nod. Of course, yes.
Another small nod. That be true. And she kind of looks. She kind of looks between you and the statue. Do you remember your first time here?
Slow head tilt. I've been here before.
Aye, that be true as well.
You say that a lot.
She kind of gives almost a softer, kind of a louder chuckle. That be true. I can tell when someone's lying. And you don't seem to have lies, only mysteries about you. She kind of pats the head of her broom. My broom told me I should come into town today.
Even curiouser head tilt. Brooms
Just
can
imagining
talk.
it goes in the other direction and slightly further.
I would say Haboku might break his own neck, but
Wow.
something tells me that's not a problem.
No, he's
Everyone
the
else just
background.
sees
I'm focused
Haboku
on
talking
this.
to this old woman here.
I was
Hey,
saying he's the background.
Boku, you're not supposed to split the party.
She kind of gives you a warm smile. I remember back when I was only a young girl. You came to the town one time
You
to
were
help
a
protect
young
them.
girl at some point?
She kind of looks over to you, Asher. That be true, though true only long, long ago.
Now Asher's tilting his head.
She looks over. I remember when you used to come to town, there was a plague in town. And she kind of looks back up at the solo Goemon. And that you came and burned away all of the plague that was plaguing the town. Helped the town get back on its feet and then left once again. I remember my mother was very sick and you helped her.
Wait, are you saying that Haboku is that guy?
She kind of looks down at you. That is a statue. But the representation of them is the same.
Asher's looking between the statue and Haboku and shakes his head. That is not true. That looks very different from Haboku.
She kind of gives a small nod to no. That be false.
No, what I
They're the
said was
same.
true. It's very different.
She kind of looks. You see her turn her head up to the statue and then back at Haboku. That be false. I see only the same.
Wait, Haboku. Does this mean if I help you get your memories back, I can ask you more questions?
Actually, Riv, I think, could she maybe borrow your glasses?
Yeah, sure.
What? I think they rotted away forever ago.
But she seems nice. She wouldn't lie to Haboku like that.
Well, I'm not saying that
That
she's
be
actively
true.
lying. I'm just saying that she might have an issue with her eyesight and needs to get some glasses or something.
Do we
You
have
see
to
her,
have the digivolving conversation again, Asher?
I will say, you see her lean down to you, Asher, just slightly forward a little bit. As you say, her eyesight is bad. She looks down at you and says, "That be false." but also true. And you see her, as she says that, you see her lift up the hair out of her eyes, and as you look into her eyes, you can see that she's completely blind.
Oh, so she's completely... She can't see at all! So she can't even see the same thing between them anyways.
Wait,
You
hold
see
on.
her-
Wait. Does that mean she can see data links at all? Or feel
You
them?
see her kind of shake her head no down at you, Asher, and she say, "That be false. We all have things we can see in various ways. I see you all here before me." And she looks over, and I see Haboku, and I see the statue representing Haboku. "I see better than you do," she says, kind of pointing her finger as she kind of lifts one hand off the broom and kind of points it. "If you can't see these are the same representation, you be blind."
Excuse me. Can you see data links and stuff?
She kind of looks towards you and say, I do not know any data links. I can sense the spirit within each one of you." And she gives almost a very affirming nod of her head, like that explains everything.
I have so many questions, but I can ask you them in a little bit. Hey, Arcus, why are you so angry? I'll like reach over and like try and poke at Arcus to get his attention.
Huh?
You just been kind of like staring at the statue in the bio angrily.
Does Riv want to read the bio of the one he's next to?
I mean, sure, I'll read it.
Did you go over to the old lady, or are you standing by in a different area, Arcus?
He's standing in the ice area one, I think.
Oh, that's complete. You're in a completely
Oh,
different
okay,
zone.
okay.
Or
Did you split the party?
no, I heard something about a staff one, and he went over
Yeah,
there.
that was in this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're here then. You're here. This is it would be a Digimon with a staff. It's not the one you're thinking of, Arcus.
Oh, then.
This is the
okay.
Guardian. This is the Guardians at Peak's Refuge.
Oh, never mind then.
Retcon.
Well, we can go to the ice area after.
Retcon.
Yeah.
In that case, Riv would not come
Yeah.
off asking
Yeah.
questions.
She does look around and says, "Who be you?" She seems to be almost directing the question at everyone.
Hi, I'm Rivamir, but I just go by Riv.
I'm Kotora.
I thought you said you could see.
Asher.
It's always polite to ask names, and she looks over, and that be true of both of you.
Asher, introduce yourself properly.
Did hit the perception roll cover anything? What does Haboku see when he sees the statue?
You see the statue, though. As you're seeing the statue, you see the kind of the giant, almost staff thing that they do wield. I'm not really too sure what to call it, but their main weapon, the like almost wrench-looking thing that they have that has the like flame jutting out of it. It seems to be almost it is completely missing, as well as the shoulder pads that seem to have that like fire that kind of ignites. That has them, it seems to be completely missing from the sculpture.
Well, real
The
quick.
body itself is intact. Go ahead.
Fine, since you can't actually see me. I am Ether, Lord of Evil.
I'm Jace. And I think Arcus and Haboku here are a little distracted, so please forgive them.
You squeak too much there, Gimund.
I was about to say, it's just like distant Gimund squeaking.
Yeah.
You get used to it when you're around him. He's just always squeaking somewhere around.
She kind of looks to you and looks to you, Asher and Jace, and she nods respectfully and says, "That be true as well. I be Shota."
See?
Shota.
Chase? She said she's confirmed it. I am Lord of Evil.
She didn't confirm anything.
She said it was
Asher.
true. Maybe she can't
now,
see.
Now you're taking her word for it after calling her a liar, huh?
Gorta, just roll with it. Trust me, it's way easier. Anyways, now he'll believe that she can see, and we can move past that.
Fair enough.
So when you say that you're able to see, like, who we are as, like, any of that, if I show you this picture, are you able to tell anything about it, or no? And he's gonna hold up the one of the father-son duo.
She kind of looks. She kind of as you kind of look to it, even though you know she clearly can't visibly see it. She does look to it and say, "The spirits be off on this thing."
Yeah. So someone in it's being affected. There's a data link going somewhere into this town, in relation to it, I think. Someone took his picture, and then afterwards his arms got taken. We gave him prosthetics, but we're really trying to help him. Although we're trying to help everyone in the town anyway, because we're here to investigate things.
We are the data anomaly hunters.
She kind of almost nods a little bit up and down. "The spirits tell me that to be true. You are welcome here." And she kind of looks. "I was waiting here for the guardians. My broom told me that someone of them would be in town today, and I was hoping to see them one more time. I haven't seen a guardian here in so long. It's been years since she kind of chuckles to herself. "If I remember what years are anymore, it's been a long time since I've seen a guardian come to town that hasn't been the one from the city. I was hoping to have the city's guardian here, but I'm sure he's busy."
He's definitely very busy. I followed him on his patrol last night. Well, 2 nights ago.
Wait, are you saying that now there are several of us are guardians?
She said a guardian.
She just, she gives almost like a grin and a little bit of cackle. "I said there'll be guardians."
See? Multiple.
Asher, okay.
Doesn't she also count these as guardians? Like pointing at the statues.
These be representations of guardians.
But
You
said
really
that,
like to talk in circles, don't you?
But I thought you said that you considered Haboku pretty much the same thing as the statue.
She kind of chuckles. "That to be true, but statues can't help this town. Only the guardians can."
You don't
Well,
need to be a guardian and to help.
Yeah, we may not be guardians, but we are definitely here to help.
She kind of, you see her kind of pick up her broom and kind of point it to you. She says, "That be false." She kind of sees almost in an anger tone in her voice.
Sorry, what did Kotora say?
I just said that we may not be guardians, but we are here to help.
Wait,
That was kind of 2 parts, so what part are you saying is false?
She kind of she just puts her broom back on her lap and just says, I can only tell you those are false.
Oh, okay, Kotora, just say each part separately.
We may not be guardians,
That be false.
but we are here to help.
That be true. She gives a very stern smile.
Okay, well, I think we just have to play again. I am not a guardian.
Oh, you waste an old woman's time.
Well, otherwise, are you just gonna? If you, I mean,
She's gonna look.
if you wanted to
you-
tell us, you could just tell us at any point.
Wait, does
What
this
do
mean
guardians?
we all have the capabilities to be guardians?
She gives a very warm smile. That be true. What are you doing right now in this city?
Trying to help?
Trying to
That's
keep
be
my
true.
kids out of trouble.
And what do guardians do when trouble happens?
They help.
That be true. You see a warmer smile come across her face.
Ah, I see now.
I came here, my broom told me guardians would be in town today, and here you stand before me, guardians of the new town. Well, an old town in their measures, but guardians of the town that is yet to become after we finish rebuilding.
Oh, we'll definitely make sure that it occurs. We want to make sure that whatever's causing this is not longer causes it.
She gives a, you see a very happy look across her face. That to be true, and I want to see Guardians once again. It's been so long since I saw him. And she kind of looks up at the solo Garmon. It's been so many years. It's so glad to see Guardians come to town once again to help us. But, and she kind of waves a little bit with her broom as she kind of slaps it once to her legs. I have gone to my fill of seeing Guardians, and I would not want to waste your time with an old woman's, well, interest. I'm glad I got to see Guardians one more time. Hopefully they'll come to the town once again to visit, but just seeing them once is more than enough for me. And she'll give a warm smile to you all. It was a pleasure getting to see you all.
Real quick, you said you live outside of town, so what direction outside of town do you live, so that way we can come see you again?
I be north of the town, a little northeast of the town. It's a small hut by, well, in a little bit in the woods.
Okay, I'll come visit anyways, and then I'll come back again if I ever get recognized as an actual, like, guardian, capital G.
You are all guardians of this town I've grown up in. I wouldn't pass up any other guardian. You're the only ones that have came to this town to help.
Kotora is coming to pat Riv's head.
But it's title. I don't get it.
You see her kind of, she puts her hand on her broom and she uses it to kind of prop as a cane. As she begins to kind of slowly make her way in between you all to walk out.
After he
wait until
thinks,
she leaves. Go ahead.
basically immediately after he thinks she's out of earshot. So, see with crazy.
One more time before you do that, she does stop by at Arcus and she does look to you and she says, "Who be you?"
I'm Arcus.
She kind of looks with you with almost a very stern face. And she says, "That be false." And she begins to walk off.
Yep, definitely crazy.
Asher. Look. Asher She's just glad that somebody's here to help, and maybe she's got some mystic properties.
Huh?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that Arcus knows who he is.
Well, he does have the glitch thing in his head.
Oh, that's a bad place to have it now, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's by his memories too.
Oh,
Were you
He gave
guys
a
not
whole
listening to the explanation I was giving?
I was listening.
Asher casually puts away the headphones that he was using.
I used pictures and everything to show where it was.
Riv, the only anatomy I know of people's that. Never mind, we're not going to finish that sentence. Pats, Riv. You did a good one.
Hmm.
So, are you alright over there, Haboku?
Haboku is staring wistfully at the Solugarmon statue. He's not really sure how he feels. And then, quite unlike himself, he'll just nod out and walk back to the party without saying much of anything.
Should we check out other guardians? We can skip the forest one. Jackass.
The ice one.
Okay, let's go to the ice one.
Yeah, Kotora is looking for if there's anybody else besides us inside of the museum.
There's a few of them that seem to be coming in and out, more touristy than anything. None with any specific purpose you would see. But
Yeah.
there seems to be a few of them that are kind of walking in and out. Seem
Yeah,
to be from different areas themselves.
Yeah, Kotora would just at some points would just ask any guess if they have seen somebody named Nagiri in the town.
Yeah, they'll say, yeah, without even any kind of role, they would say that he was last spotted over near the open stage theater. They said that he really loves performances, but he seems to be over there taking pictures of the theater, trying to help get, trying to just, it's, as far as they know, that's just where he would be, as be open at the open stage theater. They wouldn't really know what he's doing there. He's a kind of a paparazzi around town, so he makes his way all over the town. One of them, if you kind of press anyone specifically, they would mention that he seemed to be. I think they remember seeing him stay over at the Flaming Mane, as he seems to be staying there. As one of them said that they visited there once to get their picture taken.
Kotora nods and notes this down, and just takes whoever gave him the information. Okay. And once he reduced the party, he would tell them, "Okay, I found out where Reguri might be, or where he usually frequents in the town. We might be able to get in contact with him. We contact with him once we're done here."
Oh, that'd definitely be helpful, considering he's supposed to be, the whole informant and everything.
Yeah.
And also, he could look at the picture.
Mm-hmm. It's either the tourist told me that he's either at the theater or apparently he's staying at somewhere called the Flaming Hotel. Well, he's not there, but he's also just goes all over the town because he's a cameraman. He's just taking pictures everywhere. But the theater seems to be the most likely place where we'll find him.
One bridge
Okay.
at a time.
Also, hey, Haboku.
Yeah.
If I help get back your memories, can I ask you more questions?
Haboku pauses as he seems to actually stop and mull that over. He doesn't know why, but there's a part of him, like a really big part of gut instinct, that he's sort of making a deal with the devil right now. But he really wants to remember his memories, so he's gonna say, "Sure."
That is because he is making a deal with the devil.
You have agreed to be asked questions by Rib. You have not. You don't know what you have signed up for.
Well, technically he does. He just forgot.
Yes.
Yeah.
He dealt with Riv following him for like multiple days, just asking an incessant barrage of questions before Riv was eventually scooched on.
You have forgotten. You have forgotten what you have signed up for.
But
I
yeah,
think,
he will. Oh no, add.
Go ahead.
Spiky bean, evil bean, undead bean, dad bean, hot bean, cold bean.
What?
Oh,
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say, Arcus, if you wanted to respond to any way, like I said, clearly she was walking off, but if you wanted to respond at all to the fact that she just straight up called you a liar after you said your name.
He's just more curious on the response. He's like, huh? Just tilting his head while being there.
When it comes to that, Ribs just go, "Don't worry, Arcus, I'll help figure out what's going on."
Oh, okay.
And now you make your way to the ice area. As you go to the ice portion of the museum, it's a lot of the same, where most everything has been glitched in some way. Though it does have a lot of the local cuisines. It has a lot of the various things. It's kind of like the best foot forward representation of the ice town Koi. And there is a statue of a sorcerermon, and there, unlike the Peak's refuge where multiple guardians seem to be there, the Koi seems to just have the one, which is the sorcerermon, which seems to be the only statue of any guardian in the area. And it seems that its staff has been completely taken from it.
Okay, now that thing from earlier is happening.
Yeah.
Yep. And Riv will be poking at Arcus.
Huh?
You just kind of took a look at it, ran up here, that we're like staring angrily.
Are you alright there, Arcus?
They took Dad's staff.
Blink, blink.
excuse me.
Jace never had a staff.
Asher, that one's not out. Arcus, repeat.
They took Dad's staff.
So that's your dad?
Yeah.
Wait, okay. All we have to do then is find him and ask him questions and figure out what's going on. Easy.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
I don't think that's...
You would know that the ice, Koi, the ice town, would be very, very far away from where you are at the moment. It is, and in the city of Koi is even further inside the ice biome itself.
Yeah. Riv is just going to say, well, I mean, it's going to be a lot easier trying to do that than it is for our other goal of trying to figure out how to stop an entire phenomenon of controlled and uncontrolled glitches outbreaking across the entire world.
I'm pretty sure that if anybody that was a guardian, Riv, that knew what was going on to that extent, probably would have made moves to stop it by now, don't you think?
Oh, no, I just meant what was going on with Arcus.
Oh. Okay, not about the town. Good.
Haboku's just gonna pat over to Arcus and give him a comforting thing. Sit beside him as comfortingly as he can.
Yeah. I guess I didn't know he was a guardian, but that's definitely Dad.
Interesting.
His name is here too. Looks down at the bio.
And you see a very, very cleanly written Matsu listed on the plaque.
Ma,
Matsu? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely the guardian of the cold region.
Wait, I just realized something.
Yes?
If we eventually go there, I can try and look at the Hemka ruins.
Also, this is an out of character question, but Tal, you and I agreed that the Kotora and Rib live in the ice area, didn't we?
They moved closer to it, like on the outskirts, and not far in, because it was mostly just getting away from the hot area and more towards the colder area.
Yeah, fair.
It wasn't like full on in the ice, but yeah.
Yeah, fair. Just wanted to make sure, because yeah, I guess Kotora and Rib will have some of this knowledge. Yep, fair. Continue.
Well, this is becoming very interesting very quickly. Any other zones we wanted to check out other than forest? Because I'm not going in there.
I'd like to look at all of them.
We can skip forest. We don't need to go that one.
Why do you not want to go to the forest one?
Because the guardian there is a cunt.
Han didn't like them either.
What happened? Wait, you've met the guardian of the forest area, Riv?
Oh, no. I made a friend in the data center, and he said he was from the forest area, and that the guy from the forest area was a massive bully and kind of an ass.
Gaslighting shitface.
Huh.
We're gonna try and make a massive data compilation of everything in the libraries, and put it on data pads.
Doesn't sound like a guardian to me. Also, huh? Well, that's gonna be a big project, isn't it, Riv?
Yeah, but luckily he's staying there and is gonna work on it, and then I'll just help whenever we're back in the city.
Fair enough.
Hey, Riv.
Yep.
You want to know more about Matsu?
Yes. You have asked Riv, would you like to know more? The topic does not matter. You could just stop the question at would you like to know more, because the answer is yes.
Well, Dad is amazing at what he calls magic, I think he is. I don't know, he said it's some sort of language thing. I don't know. But he specializes in ice, and before I left here, there was a giant barrier around the town. Don't really know why. Also kind of fuzzy about that bit. A little weird. Oh, that might be the memory problems.
May have memory problems, but you seem to remember this somewhat well. Guess it can't eat all of your memories.
Yeah, although I'm gonna have to think about it and look at things a little bit more, because until I can actually see things in the torso, I don't know if that's the only spot that inside of him, because he could also have something in his torso that's branching out and affecting things, and I can't tell right now. But it's fine, because all I need is some time, and so I'm just going to be staying up late doing that.
Rev. Sorry,
Rev,
Court, but you're the brother. I'm gonna let you handle this one.
Rev, do make sure you actually get some rest.
I will get some rest, yes.
No, I mean full rest.
You know, Riv, I could probably help out by opening him up for you.
Asher.
Oh, don't worry. I don't need to open anything up. I'll just scan through them slowly over time. Eventually, I'll have an entire data compilation. It'll just take time. By the way, yes, what Riv is saying is technically asinine, but he is saying it with full confidence.
Yeah, plus I don't really know about that thing.
Yeah, here, I'll just end up doing the same thing that I did to, like, this statue one time. And he's gonna, like, pull open his data pad and, like, show that he took meticulous slice-by-slice, like, data copy of, like, an entire statue at one point in one of the ruins.
Oh boy.
Like, you know, literal, like, almost medical scanner grade, like, slice, and mashed it all back together.
And Arcus is now just staring at the datapad, analyzing it.
Kotora is just looking at that and say, "How long did it take you to mash all those to mash all those together?"
It took a while, but it just takes time. I mean, you know, getting the data itself is, I mean, it takes time. You know, so it could take a few days, but it doesn't take that long.
Kotora nods.
I mean, the harder part is making it go to the data pad. It's a lot easier when it's just internal.
No, yeah, that makes sense. You've actually been getting better at this. Maybe someday you'll be able to do them quickly.
So, what roots did you get these from?
He's gonna, like, click through the thing and remember, oh wait, no, all of his stuff in folders and files got messed up. That's right. And he's going to go and stare at that for a bit, and then go, oh no, I need to figure out which one this was from.
Oh no.
I just knew where it was because I was trying to organize things, but now I don't know which one it's from.
I can help you reorganize those things when we get some rest, Riv.
Thanks for the offer, but I still probably should be the one to organize my digipad. He is not looking directly at Kotora.
Yeah, I had the feeling this was the equivalent of your family looking at your browser history.
We don't need to know that much about Riv, thank you. With as smart as he is, I really don't want to know what he's into.
Kotora blinks. Well, okay.
And as you, if you guys want to investigate the rest of them, you would find, I think, Tal, you're going to all of the different museum areas, right?
Oh yeah, no, Riv is not leaving this museum without looking at all the different areas.
I will say each different area has their own guardian by name and look, each one with their own missing, with their own kind of missing piece about them, except the forest one. As you get to the forest one, you realize that nothing from the Guardian has been taken either or vandalized in any way, either through it just hasn't happened yet or through intentional leaving it out. The Guardian seems to be completely untacked from the forest area.
I totally spit at his statue.
You didn't go in the forest area.
I'm not splitting the party.
That is okay. That is weird. The statue of that guy is completely untouched.
He's gonna read his bio and see if there's anything notable in his bio.
The bio just mentions it is a one second, some water. Yeah. What did I just now?
How
Just double
dare
check.
you practice healthy living practices on my stream? Hydrating? What
Without a
the
redeem.
fuck? Yeah, without a redeem forcing you to? For shame.
I will say, you see the statue of a Sanglop. This is one of the hardest words. It's a Sanglopmon.
Brian
If
Cat
someone else
wants
knows how to
everyone
say
to
it.
hydrate.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Cheers.
now you hydrate.
Wow, man, I need to go get some water.
Birdie wants you to
Again.
fix your posture.
Posture and this late at night, posture and hydration. Yes, it's also it is a Sanglopmon. If someone else has a better way to say that, please do. Sanglopmon.
Maybe Sanglo Upman?
Loopmon.
Sanglo Upman? Mon?
Sang Loopmon. Because that's
Sang
Sang SANG loop and then Mon. So Sang Loopmon.
Sanglopmon. Thank you. That is way better. I like that better. You see a Sanglopmon with a statue with a title of the name Ritsu. Ritzu. It mentions how the guardian is a faithful protector of the forest, keeping away, mostly reserved from outsiders, but very welcoming to those that seem to only pass by, as long as it's only through a short time. While very scarce on visitors, it mentions that its town has been almost never been in any sort of conflict, as the obscure nature of it has kept it safe along with its very faithful guardian. And it mentions about how the guardian's powerful claws is able to fell the trees and create traps among the forest, leading to it being the main. Anyone going into its domain would basically find itself always at a disadvantage due to the nature of it.
Okay, yeah, so it does specifically mention that he has notable physical attributes and stuff, but they're not taken.
Oh, whoever is causing did either didn't have time to take it or doesn't want to take it from him for some reason.
Probably because he's a giant asshole. Giant worthless asshole. I swear he's helping this stupid freaking glitch.
Oh, that's rude to say.
Fun fact: Sang Lukman is a blood wolf mon in French.
Yeah. Because sanguine is blood, like sang and sanguine is blood, and then loop is the wolf. It is essentially a blood wolf.
Yep.
It's kind of like a vampire wolf a little bit. But you would be able to, like I said, you guys you've spent no more than like an hour into this building at max, so you guys are still very, very heavy on the midday. So I will probably have time for one more scene, but where would you like to go after the museum?
Probably to the place to try and find Ragiri.
Yeah, so likely the theater, unless anybody else has an objection to that.
Well, Kabaku's curiosity has been sated, so he'll go wherever the party says. It's good.
As you make your way to the theater, it is just a little bit north of the museum. The town's kind of split. The town is essentially centered, where the museum is the center of the entire town. It's like I said, there's the branching roads on either side, as the museum seems to be one of the biggest attractions of the city, or of the small town, and they are very proud of the town as well. But everything kind of that is kind of like the center meeting place of the town. And as you go further north, you would find the outdoor theater. The outdoor theater itself still has. It seems like they've been tried to essentially erect a kind of like a not top exactly, but kind of like a theater, so kind of like a fanciful, kind of like a top above the theaters to kind of protect it from any kind of rain that could get on it. The seats themselves have been carved downward into the stone itself, as it's kind of like off to the main road. But you kind of see what looks to be this huge circle type area with seats lined up on either side for you to kind of see this central stage. And you do see in the middle, you see what looks to be a cameraman that you mentioned earlier that was something that you would recognize. And you would see the cameraman talking with a set of two people actually. You seem to be talking with one of them seems to be a Shoutmon, and the other seems to be a Ogremon. And the Ogremon seems to have drumsticks in its hands, and the Shoutmon seems to be talking, though it seems to be like getting very, very close to Agiri, almost as if they are whispering.
Riv would probably just be fishing photos out of his bag for the moment.
Yeah. Kotora would likely approach them, but just wait until like whatever conversation is going on just has died down
Can I roll?
before approaching.
Can I roll a perception and attempt to hear what they're whispering about?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mind cunning perception.
Yeah.
Los tres.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Wow.
Of
And the
course.
true combo.
Wow. How is this happening so consistently?
It's the true combo. What are you talking about?
True.
Get true combo.
Yeah. Also, our rolls have been pretty good today.
All the
Except my
games
botch that I willpowered.
Tabletop Simulator's just trying to suck up to me for tomorrow when it destroys me.
Hey,
you mean Fantasy Grounds?
Yes.
Don't speak the blasphemous other name.
I was trying to be secretive, but go ahead, Zerda.
You would say, you would tell after as you're kind of noticing them, it wouldn't really take. You're able to kind of hear. You notice that he seems to be talking perfectly normal with the. Actually, he seems to be talking perfectly normal to both of them, but he's only leaning in close to hear the Shoutmon. It seems the Shoutmon can only whisper, as he only seems to be speaking in whispers to the Ragiri himself. But Ragiri seems to be mentioning normal. He seems to be taking information from them. The Ogremon itself seems to be pretty untacked. However, the Shoutmon seems to be, as they're talking, you see them kind of motioning towards their like throat, and you kind of see them kind of like leaned up their head, so like their like neck is fully extended, as they seem to be kind of like tapping their little claws on their neck, as they seem to be whispering down to Ragiri.
Oh, that's rough. A Shoutmon without a voice. A Shoutmon unable to shout is not going to be on stage anytime soon.
That is very unfortunate.
Yeah, been there. Wonder if he wrecked it from screaming too loud. Then again, with all the nonsense going on, it's probably something to do with the nonsense going on.
Kotora, not like that.
But they all, like I said, you're in kind of a center. They're definitely down in the sense of like they are down essentially 4-ish flights of stairs, though it's like stadium stairs more than like stairs. It's kind of like stadium stairs a little bit, as those rows of seats that essentially split into 4 different sections, and the stage is kind of up by about 1 to 2 stair sets, and they seem to be on the middle of the stage itself.
should we approach him, you think, or should we just wait until they're done?
You go ahead. I got a guitar on my back. I have a feeling that would be weird if I did it.
Okay. Kotora is going to approach them.
Or was gonna excitedly have the pictures ready.
Mm-hmm.
Haboku will join in them.
You kind of see, is he gonna approach you now? Kind of, especially here a little bit more clearly. The Ogremon themselves mention it's like, yeah, dude, I haven't been able to play a single day since he's been able, and he kind of looks over, since he's been able to sing. Our band's falling apart, man. I can't tell you. All guitarists already left to the city to find a new band. Man, I can't find anything around here. And you kind of see the Shaman kind of going to whisper. Still very, very almost inaudible. As you do see Wagiri kind of talking to both of them. Yeah, I see. And when did this all happen again? Just a few days ago, man. He lost the voice. I've never seen him lose his voice before. I see. Do you remember where you were 4 days ago? And you kind of see some more whispering as you guys all kind of approaching. Oh, hey. He kind of looks over as you guys all approaching. Can't you see I'm doing some research here? If you want to do an interview, I'd be happy to take your information after. I have all kinds of people up my arms around all this.
Kotora is just raising his one of his paws. You're Wagiri, right?
You kind of see him standing tall and proud, holding up his camera, pretending like it's a gun a little bit, and shooting in several different directions. Boom, flash, yes, Wagiri, professional photographer and cameraman extraordinaire. It's a pleasure meeting to you. Anyone's a fan of mine, I'd love to see it.
Kotora just chuckles. Yeah, you're our contact from the what was the name of the main town that we were at before?
The main town is Kenzo.
Yeah, you're our contact from for this town. We're from Kenzo. We're from the data anomaly hunters.
Oh, good. I have a whole batch of photos to give you guys. I'm gonna give it. I'll get. He kind of looks around. Yeah, if you got the payment, I'll be happy to give you the photos and have you right back on your way. I've been taking all kinds of photos of this town. He kind of gestures. I got pictures of these two just the other day. You should have seen their concert. It was so beautiful. I'll tell you, they are kind of the best kind of voice I've ever seen here.
Kotora nods. Well, we kind of heard a little bit of your guys' conversation. So you guys are having trouble when it comes to the band.
You see before you see the Shaman kind of retract a little bit, looking at you all. Someone who should be pretty much, you'd imagine, confident, but he seems almost kind of backing away a little bit. Yeah, man. Sake over there lost their voice completely. We were just doing a concert 4 days ago, and then suddenly it was gone, man. He hasn't been able to shout at all. Has barely been able to talk.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah,
Well,
we had one of our best performances just the other day. We were trying to get the spirits of the town up, man? Making sure the town's all full of life and everything. This gig's one of the best things we've gone.
Well, I can't promise anything, obviously, but we're gonna try our best to help.
Yeah.
Righteous, man. I think you might be able to help us get our gig back. Tell you, if you see all guitarists in the big city, tell him we're through with him, man. I'll be a drummer, and we'll do a drummer combo over here with his voice. When he gets his voice back, we're gonna be the best band,
Yeah. Riv, do you have that photo from the mushroom man, right?
Yep, I put it on top.
Yeah. We have some photos to also show you, Yogi. We actually found something while we were staying at a farm nearby.
He kind of looks. Oh, I thought you guys were just the delivery guys. Does that mean you're not here to purchase all my photos and bring it back to the city for investigation?
Well, no, but I'd like to investigate them anyway if you'll let us.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful, darling, wonderful, darling. Love it. Love to see it. Love to see it. You kind of see as he looks over you all. So you guys are from... Oh, you're going to help with the investigation. I've been running here solo, running around like a rat with his tail off, trying to figure out all these different places.
Yeah, okay, first of all, we ended up running into someone on the outskirts of town that was being affected by a glitch. But one thing that we did notice is that, well, according to what he said and what we're able to tell, he was remote affected by the glitch, even though he didn't have any contact with any of the glitched material or rains or anything. And specifically, this photo was linked to him. And so the only thing is really that this photo was taken of him, and it updated automatically to show him without arms. So I was thinking that either, at least in terms of possibilities from what I know, either they had a copy of the same picture or were able to do it through the having the camera or something. So if you could tell us anything about that would be very helpful.
He kind of looks... Oh, yeah, there's tons of there's tons of different people that all kinds take pictures here. Paparazzi's one of the biggest things, though. No one as good as me. No one can get his angle as good as me, shot as good as me, light as good as me. I'll tell you what, I can definitely get any kind of shot better than any of them. Though this is a good picture, I'll have to admit. But I think I can do way better than that. They didn't even get the lighting right. He kind of looks at the photo, kind of tapping it a few times with the back of his claw nonchalantly. Whoever did this photo must not have been a... Kind of looks... Definitely not something in my work. This is way worse. Look at that lighting right there. You would never see that kind of lighting in one of my photos.
Okay, do you have any idea who might have taken it? Like, is there any sort of way that you could check?
Kind of looks... Well, there's a few people over here. I know at least 3 other people who are regular cameramans around here. Kind of thinks... Wait, do you know where this was taken?
It was around some fest that the farms were doing. When was it, Riv?
Out of game, I don't remember right now. I am
would say
inflating my out of game right now. I'm inflating my energy levels because it is 1:30
Yep.
a.m.
Yeah.
Yep, we're about to hit. We're trust me, we're very, very close. Oh, also we are very close to finishing it. Zem, just to give you a heads up. You say,
I was just that first time.
I said, oh yeah, there was a few people out there. There was a few different cameraman people there. Paparazzi.
Oh,
That festival was a big festival.
Oh, you were there. So do you remember the people that were taking pictures there? Because whoever did that to the mushroom man may be one of them.
You gotta see him kind of scratching his his chin a bit with the call. I'll tell you, I bet kind of thinks. I know there was at least 3 of them. I remember, other than me, of course, but there was at least 3 other of them. There was that Galgomon, the Aegeomon, the Gamamon, all 3 of them trying to get up in my territory, making sure that they have better photos than me. None of them have as good as photos as me. You can tell it clear. And he kind of looks at this photo. And there's, it must have been one of the kind of things. I think 2 of them are still in town.
What's the one that left town?
I think that was the Galgamon. He said he wanted to go to the big city.
Which way did he go?
South outside of town. Wanted to go to Big Kenzo.
About how long ago did that happen?
Oh, that was right after the festival. He said he was taking up photos and going to post them all over the main city. Apparently, people like that festival back in the big city. It lets them know the crop harvests are good.
Hmm.
Guy looks over here. However, this young guy over here, kind of points over to the Shaman. This guy managed to lose his voice just 4 days ago.
4 days ago?
Yeah, I said it was right after his concert.
Hey, was anyone taking pictures of you at the concert?
You kind of see the Ogremon kind of pump up his chest a little bit. Oh yeah. We had a bunch of people taking pictures of this. We're doing our biggest concert yet. We're trying to get up the pop of the town. We prepared a whole routine and everything. You should have seen Shoutmon. He was talking about how we're gonna have hope in the city, and how just wait till the Data Anomaly Squad gets over here, and the town's whole gonna be saved. We had all kinds of people, well, a few of them at least taking pictures.
I imagine it was quite the crowd, so you wouldn't really be able to like tell them apart.
I tell you what, when you look at the crowd, all you see is people over there, and they're looking at you. So you kind of try to keep the face of all the people, the fans, but there's so many of them. It was our biggest show yet.
Did any of them seem off?
Kind of thinks. I think the lights and eyes aren't really able to be good for that. It's kind of hard to see when you're out up on stage and all the other ones out there. They try to keep the lights on the stage, you know, man?
Maybe your Shoutmon friend has saw something off? Maybe you could ask him?
You gotta see the Shoutmon kind of whispering into the ear of Ogremon. He did say there was a few... He did say that we did have one of the bigger crowds, but I think he mentioned... he kind of looks over. You think there was... As Gary kind of mentioned some of the others, he does mention, yeah, I think those other two were there too. I think I saw a Gamamon and Agumon there too. What do you say there? And it kind of looks... Yeah, I think I saw them in the crowd too as well. I mean, if they're taking pictures of one thing, they're taking pictures of multiple things. I'd imagine not just taking pictures of one thing and running away.
But by the way, sir, like, could you write down the name of this tree, just to make sure that I'm not just to make sure I'm not writing them wrong.
I'll even give you the names because he would have given you the names. But the Gamamon is named Kawa, the Agumon is named Ashu, and the Galgamon was named Pora.
Okay.
I'm making that a little bit neater in the Discord.
Thank you.
And it kind of looks as everyone else. I'm guessing is everyone else kind of approaching at this point too as well?
We've been there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jace has been trying not to draw attention to himself and having his guitar literally on his back.
Oh no, a band needs a new guitarist.
Yeah, I think Jace is avoiding their eyesight, probably.
We're gonna be big, man. Sure, kid.
Hey, you guys know if you need a new guitarist, the
Asher, no. Wrong style of music, I'm sure.
You don't do heavy metal, Jace?
Jace does not. He does punk. He also does bluegrass and folk.
You'd guess from the Shoutmon, you'd guess it's a pretty safe bet to imagine they probably do Screamo.
Yeah, no thanks. Can he do Screamo? Sure, he can go up there and flail on one note and a guitar for an entire session. Sure. I'm sorry if I upset any music fans out there, but you know I'm right. God, how many Screamo songs is just G G G G G G G G G G G G G G E G G G G G G G G G G E E E.
Jace is gonna help the band get back together.
I am not dropping my expensive, fancy acoustic guitar I've been traveling with for years to drop me.
I will say, with you all kind of get, is this all the people you're gonna be helping? Is this the investigation team?
At the moment, yes.
Beautiful, beautiful dollies. Can I get a picture of all of us together?
Okay, as much as I understand the whole thing, it's probably dangerous to take pictures right now.
Yes. Let's
He's
not.
gonna point at the picture again and go, we don't know if they only need like a picture in order to do things.
Indeed.
Yeah, but don't you want to give this town hope and wonder? I could put you guys flash up in the next newspaper. Morning top of the line. Running title, Data Anomaly Hunters come to town. I can't wait to see it on the front page of the news. You gotta have a photo for the town paper at least.
Can I roll an instinct on this, or insight on this person?
You certainly can.
I'm gonna argue soul instinct.
Go ahead.
+1 on teamwork from Arcus.
Asher is also going to help.
How much
okay,
is
then.
Asher giving?
Trying to find my sheet, but I'm pretty sure it's just one.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna put
just one for
yeah.
insight.
And then somebody's giving one.
That's almost the same one.
I'm gonna vigor push to make the sixes count.
So that's 4.
4. I will say, just sorry with that. I will say, you can tell that he does genuinely want to take a picture of you all. The news of the camera or the news of the picture, he does seem a little bit shocked whenever Riv brought out the picture with the missing data. You're not too sure if it's because he hasn't ever seen it before or if it's just new to him. But he does seem to genuinely want to take a picture of you all, as he even offered to say that he also wants to be in the picture as well.
How about this? When we get the mystery figured out, we'll let you take a picture. But for now, I think it's safer that we just don't, because we don't know what. We have reason to believe that a picture was used to do that. He points at the picture.
Oh, sorry, man. It's instinct, you know? Taking pictures is kind of what I do. It's kind of a shame to see someone's using that for evil. Have you ever had something you really like and then someone turns it to use it for evil and then, well,
We know.
kind of
We
sucks,
know.
you know?
Unfortunately, I know.
We know.
Riv is also like slightly shrinking.
Yeah, people take stuff that's good and use it for evil, and then they make you look evil by comparison. I've never seen a single camera, I've never seen a single picture hurt anyone in my life. It's only brought joy of everyone. That's what my job is.
Kotora nods.
Better
Yeah.
safe than sorry, though. I'm sorry.
I do have to agree with Jace.
Oh,
Gonna-
Regary.
Yeah,
How about
hold
how
a second.
how
He like cuts you off a second. Hold on a second. And he kind of looks at you a little bit closer, Jace. I'm not sure if it shows you my dice roll. Oh no, it does not.
doesn't.
Okay.
It does not. It just shows that you've rolled dice.
He notices. He does say as he's kind of looking. He does notice. Not your bad arm, but your good arm as well, and say that is some beautiful scaling on that arm. And he kind of, as you say that, you kind of see him shuffling through like a little pouch he has next to him.
What do you mean scaling?
I'm not sure. Is it? What would be like the outside of your arm called? Is it not? I know you're technically dragon, so dragon type, I think, or what would you call like your scale or like your armor or like around your arm and stuff?
Probably scaled, but he's still asking in character, what do you mean scaling?
Yeah, scaling. And he kind of looks as he kind of pulls out a photo. This was one of the things I've taken on my journeys here. It was one of the ones that I was passing through in another town. Very, very scary guy. As he pulls out a photo of a strike Dramon, which I'm not sure if you've seen that, but it is a strike Dramon. I'll post a picture of it in chat.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, you see him pull out a picture of that, and he says, "Yeah, see, look. I thought it was really weird to see him walking around with a different color arm." And you see as he shows you an image, you see what looks to be the Strikemon, but his arm, where normally he has one arm that looks perfectly fine, another arm seems to have 3 different things, actually. It seems to have his natural kind of armor, natural armor, but you also see what looks to be icy scales, also interwoven with this almost fiery looking scale as well. But mixed in that, you also see what looks to be a shade of red scales that looks like it matches your arm very, very much.
I'm going to look up at him and be like, please tell me you didn't take that in the forest biome.
He kind of thinks for a little bit. I don't think it was in the forest biome, but somewhere around there. I think it was, well,
I kind of got it from one of the locals. He said this guy was causing a lot of trouble. Even choked out a guy not too long ago.
Oh, that cunt. Yeah, that's my arm.
Well, I'm not really too sure what's going on, but he seems to be using it for a lot of, well, bad. I heard he was hurting a lot of Digimon, so I went to go investigate. It was what I was doing before this. Turns out a lot of the Digimon have been causing chaos up around that area. I think you said the forest area, right?
Yeah, the forest area is a whole fucking mess.
Yeah, I went to go investigate, and someone said this guy over here was causing a lot of problems. Said he killed a few Digimon over there, too. Says that arm was mighty powerful. He killed a lot of people.
It's awful.
Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, can I have that picture?
Yeah. He kind of hands you the picture. I would watch out for them. Scary guy. He took
No,
that
I'm gonna go
because-
stab him so I can have my arm back. But that's beside the point.
He kind of laughs. So I'd watch out for him. Very, very strong. I say he was messing with the whole towns up there. I actually was going to report that issue. I think he was going over some kind of volcano region. I told the data anomaly hunters about it, but I think they were doing something about that. I think they were saying he was going over to that volcano region. Probably had some business there. He probably needed that kind of looks over. Do you have good fire resistance by chance on that arm?
Nope.
Must not be that then. He's going there for something. Maybe he was trying to get some kind of new fire resistance powers from there.
Haboku. With the botch.
Oh, no.
Haboku is frowning.
What is Haboku trying to do?
He's trying to remember if he tried to read off of that at the mission report from the volcano area. But as you can see, that did not turn over well. I think it is the end of session, so I can and risk a soul here, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead.
Use your soul.
Also,
1, 2, 3, 5.
Not a botch, but not anything else.
Yeah.
I'll say you recognize enough that he is mentioning about the volcano region. You just off basic memory, you know that you walked in on a meeting something about a volcano, but you don't remember much past that. You do remember that there was a Digimon data squad that was going towards that direction.
Well, with this, he can offer nothing.
He says, "Yeah. Okay, I'll show. Let's get inside. I'll show you some more pictures." As he kind of gestures, and he'll take you from the stage. I'll talk to you guys later. We'll get more information, and I'll get you coverage. Don't worry. Your voice may be gone, but you still look beautiful, darling. I'll still make sure to put your story in the front page. There'll be something to do to find some help around here. We'll find your voice. Just you wait. And he'll guide you all forward in a building. He'll take you back to the inn that he is staying in, the Flaming Mane, and that's where we'll end it.
Sounds good.
It's good.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today for Data Anomaly Hunter's Scar. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, grabbing packs of cards to Streamloots, using our Humble Bundle partner link, or by subscribing to us over on Streamloots. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Later, everyone.
Bye.
Hey.